Lead. There we go.
Hello, race fans. I'm Miley Wade, and welcome to Antioch Speedway.
And I'm Joe Peterson.
We are here for night 2 of Dwarf Car Mania. As you can tell, it's a little chillier than it has been. I'm actually wearing long sleeves tonight, but still have a beautiful racetrack surface right now, Joe.
Yeah, it looks good and looks really smooth, actually.
Had some great racing action last night. Looking forward to the same kind of action tonight, if not even better. 2-3 wide racing all night long. Out taking her hot laps right now. Kevin Moralio out on the racetrack. Kevin had a incident last night where he ended up on his lid up there in turn number 3. So he was able to get that car fixed and get it up and running again. But looking forward to it, and also we have the the Hardtops and the Valley Sportsmen to join us.
Yeah, we have the Hardtops and Valley Sportsmen racing against each other in an exhibition race. Haven't got to see the Valley Sportsmen run, and I want to say it's been 4 years. Not here at Antioch Speedway, but at Merced. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Should be a good race.
Now we've had the Valley Sportsmen here this year under the hardtop rules, and at those races they had to take their wings off. Tonight they're going to run. Those of them that have the wings get to run the wings.
Yeah, get to keep them on. So I guess you could say I think it's still going to be an even playing field. Never know till you get to the track.
That's right. The Valley Sportsmen, of course, these cars are kind of similar to the hardtops. Some of them, I know there's one like a 67, 68 Camaro, something like that, but they're narrowed up. So actually the driver's seat is sitting in the middle, and he could basically put arms on both window sills because they narrow those bodies up and make them skinny cars.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different, like you say, a little bit different racing style, but overall it should be fun.
Looking forward to it. We're probably going to have the Sportsmen up here next year in our schedule on an occasional basis. So, but otherwise, we got the Dwarf Cars here tonight. Dynamite Dave Rosa, who twice last night had to leave the racetrack after losing, I believe it was something in the cooling system, all kinds of smoke or steam. But he is back out of here, so good to see Dynamite Dave back out here. We got the 80N out here. Sean Jones, winner of our regional race back in July, made it out tonight. He was not here on Friday night. So got a few more cars tonight, up to 42 cars for tonight.
All right, well, I didn't really get to hear that last piece that you said, but yeah, we do have a couple more additions to our Dwarf Car Mania. But tonight's for the big one, 1,500 to win. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know, it should be a good one.
Yep, about 5 cars tonight over last night. Sean Jones included. He was the winner of our regional event back in July. Him, Ryan Winters, who won last night, and Captain Chaos Danny Wagner put on a whale of a show back in July. Look forward to the same thing. Now, we just had the 92 car drive past. Corey Eaton was the driver last night. I understand he broke his arm sometime last night. I'm not sure if it was here at the racetrack or if it was after the races, but he is not in that car. He is being replaced tonight by Chuck Eaton. So a driver change in that car. Other than that, we're getting set for some great racing action here.
Yeah, as you see, I'm on the track doing some hot laps. I'm ready to get back to it whenever you are.
All right, I'll let you turn over and watch the fun out on the racetrack. I'm Wiley Wade.
I'm Joe Peterson.
And thanks for joining us on Antioch Speedway TV.
Hot laps underway here at Antioch Speedway. Thanks for tuning in on Antioch Speedway TV on AntiochSpeedway.tv. I am Wiley Wade.
Alongside Joe Pearson.
And we are here having a good time with some dwarf cars, some hardtops and Valley Sportsmen. But right now, one car not having a lot of fun. Didn't see who it was. I think it may have been the Darren Davis car or Austin Quality car. I saw a 6, and suddenly there's a large amount of fluids down the front straightaway. A lot of smoke came out of that car, but they were able to pull away. So that's coming up. We got 5 heat races coming up for the Delta Dwarf cars. Again, $1,500 to win here tonight. We got 2 heat races for the Hardtops / Sportsman, Valley Sportsman. So looking forward to all the racing action. Some great racing in store for you tonight. Coming up next week, don't forget, it is Halloween night candy for the kids. But got to preface, it's candy for the kids that are here with the race teams racing. Unfortunately, we can't invite other folks in. So any of the IMCA modified, sport modifieds, the Super Sock, Tri-State Pro Stop, and Wingless Sprint car teams that bring kids in, they're going to get some candy and some, I think they're going to have bouncy houses, some games. If they show up in costume, that $25 fee for kids is waived. They get in for free. So it's going to be a lot of fun next Saturday for Halloween night candy for the kids. We did add a night to the schedule. If you've not heard yet, on Saturday, November 21st has been added as an open wheel night. It'll be the wingless sprint cars, the wing sprint cars, and the 600 micro sprints on Saturday, November 21st. And of course, the Turkey Nights, plural, November 27th, Turkey Night number 1, the Jay's Mobile Welding Hobby Stocks, wingless sprints, and the wing sprint cars. And on November 28th, IMCA Modifieds, IMCA Sport Modifieds, Hobby Stocks, and the 4 bangers that I had been talking about were going to be added the Friday night have actually been added to the Saturday night show, Turkey Night number 2. So look forward to having all those classes coming up for the remainder of the year. And we're getting darn close to the end of the year, Joe.
Yeah, it's, we're getting close. Still seems racing action just keeps on continuing.
As hot laps continue for the Delta Dwarf cars, getting closer to heat racing. Again, 2 heat races for the Hardtops Valley Sportsman coming up in just a little bit. In just a few more minutes, we are going to be going green flag racing. Thanks for tuning in on this beautiful Saturday here in Antioch, California. We're located about 40 miles northeast of downtown San Francisco, which you were saying you were get to play in yesterday. Was down over there in San Francisco. So welcome back. Coming out of San Francisco on a Friday. Ick.
Not fun.
Not fun. Not fun. Do you drive or do you BART it?
Oh, yeah, we're driving.
You're driving? Oof. Glad I work and live on this side of the water.
BART's not really a smart idea at the moment.
No doubt. One of the cars out there you see right now, that is the 11 car of Darren Brown. He had a dominating night last night, winning heats 1A and 1B. Had a dominating main event, and unfortunately Darren decided he was going to start a little sooner than what's allowed at this racetrack over there in turn number 3. And after repeated warnings over the radio and repeated warnings by the flagman, they finally had to put him back 1 spot, and that put Ryan Winter up into the lead with about 5 laps remaining. And Winter was able to hold off hard-charging Darren Davis and take home the win last night. But, Davis, Winter, we're all able to, let's see here, your 6 cars that transferred last night: Ryan Winter, Captain Chaos, Standy Wagner, 11D, Darren Brown. We were just talking about Spanky, Michael Brenner, the 14 DN of Tim Fitzpatrick, and the 21 Double D of Scott Dahlgren, all qualified for the top 6 finishers last night in the main event, qualifying directly into tonight's main event. They don't have to go through the heat races or the B mains. Heat races tonight, 5 of them. Only the winner transfers. The rest of everyone else has to go through a B main. So that's how they are going to get into the main show.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to see some hard racing Usually it always happens when it's kind of just the winner transferring out of the A main events.
Second doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. You're going to have to fight to get your way in and fight for that 1,500 tonight.
And sometimes that second might help you as far as it'll give you a better starting spot for the B main.
Yes.
But it doesn't work that way because now we're talking points. They earned points last night. Now it's lined up by points.
Yeah, by passing points, I believe it was.
Yep. So it's going to be fun to watch. Not the way that these guys normally do it in the Dwarf cars. The Modifieds do it on a regular basis. In fact, we did it 3 weeks ago for the Bill Bowers Memorial Race. And just wanted to do something different for the Dwarf cars. And that's what we got here tonight and last night.
Yeah, I'd say most of the time and also try to be 50-50, try to be fair with everybody, but also more track time for, the drivers and helps work in the track as well, too. So
the other thing on these Dwarf cars, normally a 2-day show. They're like national and regional events, and they actually have 3 different divisions. You got the Pro Division, the Veteran Division, and the wow. My mind just went blank with the other one, the third division for the beginners anyway. And so they're broken up that way a little bit this here tonight. And last night, everybody's in the same division. Doesn't matter what you're in. Kevin Moralio, the 40 car, who ended up on his lid last night over there in turn number 3. Talking with him, interviewed him during the pre-race show. And if you were unaware, he won a couple different national events this year, finished second at Marysville, one in Wyoming, and down in Arizona. But anyway, he won the national championship by 2 points.
Wow.
So we have a national champion here tonight in the 40 Dwarf car out there. Coming up again, we got the heat races for both the Dwarf cars and the vintage hardtops. Valley Sportsman. We'll also have some B mains coming up for the Dwarf cars, and then the main event. $1,500 to win. Waiting on our first heat race, I do believe it is. For the vintage hardtops, going to kick things off first. Heat race number 1 looks like it's getting ready to roll off back there in staging. And here we go. On the point, Rick Elliott out of Merced, California. The number 82 is on the point outside the front row. The 121, that's Mike Friesen out of Atwater, California.
And in your row 2 out of Concord, California, in the 13, that is going to be Matt Taylor. And to his outside in the 27 out of Antioch, California, that's going to be Ken Clifford.
At the back of the pack out of Antioch, California, the 99 car, that's Ken Rusloff. Scheduled to start back there, waiting for... Looks like Ken has not made an appearance yet, so waiting for him to make his way out.
Yeah, so like as Wiley was saying, as you see the 2 Valley Sportsmen on the front row with, you can tell the difference between the Valley Sportsmen and the hardtops with the Valley Sportsmen having the wing on top, and then our hardtops with no wing with the kind of a set wider body on them.
So getting set, magic green flag in the air, giving them the 1 to go signal here at Antioch Speedway. Looking forward to some great racing action from the tops. Let's see, 6-lap heat race for the hardtops here tonight. As they're coming around the 82 car. Rick Elliott bringing around nice and slow. Going to get to the go zone down there at turn number 4. You'll see an orange cone, 2 orange tires, and up on the, we can't see it on the TV, I don't think, but up on the wall there is a big orange stripe on the wall as well to indicate where the starting place is. They start picking up the speed. Green flag in the air. One to the green flag for the first time tonight.
Yeah, green flag, and it looks like it's going to be Mike Friesen jumping out to the early lead ahead of Elliott. Down the back straightaway. As you can tell, the track's still kind of slick as Elliott's going to possibly regain the lead across the line. Yes, he does. Going into turn 1, he's going to lose it possibly again to Friesen. They drag down the back straightaway. As you can tell, the track's still slick, so they're kind of not fully on the gas, sliding on the racetrack a little bit. Elliott has a full command of the lead now, as now we see the 13 of Matt Taylor trying to get a run on the 121 of Friesen.
Right now running about 18-12 on the stopwatch, 74.503 miles an hour. This racetrack will get faster as the evening goes on. Battle for second coming up off turn number 2. That is the 121 of Mike Friesen. But here comes that 13 of Matt Taylor looking to the inside. Nothing doing this time. Friesen pushes up the racetrack as our leader crosses the line. Taylor takes that second spot. He now sets his sights on the 120 or on the 82, but only has a lap and a half to go. Not sure he's going to get it done.
Yeah, the 82 of Elliott has a full commanding lead, a full straightaway lead, as he's going to be seeing the white flag. Looks like he may be possibly wrapping up this heat race. Down the back straightaway going into turns 3. Coming out of 4. And the 82 out of Merced, California is going to be Rick Elliott. And second is going to be the 13 of Matt Taylor, with Mike Friesen coming home third. Fourth will rounding out the fourth position will be the 27 of Kent Clifford.
So we are going to move the 99 Ken Russelloff. He got here late, so we moved him to heat race number 2. Just to let you know on that. So congratulations to Rick Elliott, driver of the 82 car, taking home a win. He won last time out. As we get set for heat race number 2. Starting lineup looks like this. Jerry Cecil in the 01 on the point outside the front row. It's the 4X. Mike Slaney making his hardtop debut here at Antioch Speedway, out of Martinez, California, in a 1940 Pontiac.
And in your second row is the 69J out of Turlock, California. That is going to be Jeff West. And to his outside out of Antioch, California, in the 1 is going to be Dave Mackey.
We're missing the 1 car.
We are missing the 1 car.
At the back of the pack, then 99 Ken Rutzloff out of Antioch, California. Lights out. Getting ready to go green flag race.
So it looks like Dave Mackey will possibly be a scratch for this Heat 2. As we get set as they rounds turn 3, coming out of 4, they're going to see the green flag waves. And going into turn 1 pretty slow. Looks like it's going to be Mike Slaney jumps out to the early lead over Cecil.
Slaney wasn't thinking he was going to be able to do much. Last time he was out at a practice session, blew up the rear end, and they found one, but it's not the right rear end, and that actually it's a little narrower than what they're supposed to have, and so he's actually got reverse camber on that rear end. But he didn't think it would do much, but right now able to take the lead going down the backstretch for lap number 2. He's got the 01 of Jerry Cecil on his rear bumper. Here comes that 99 of Brendan Rutzloff, looking to the inside, trying to pick up that second place position as they cross the line. 2 down, 4 to go.
Yeah, Rutzloff gets a little squirrely for that third place position. Now it looks like Jerry Cecil's closing in on the rear, on the backside of Mike Slaney. Here comes that 99 once again. He peeks his nose in there. He's going to get cut off. Jerry Cecil holds on to that second place position.
That car that Jerry Cecil is driving is a replica of a car he used to run back in the, I believe he said the 70s. I think his first race car he had. So.
Oh! It looks like the 99 of Ken Rutzloff gets into the back of Cecil, and that turns him around, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag.
got down to turn number 3, stepping on the brakes, and it did not turn and did not slow down enough. It got right in the back of that 01 car of Jerry Cecil. That lap at 20.10 seconds, 67.164 miles an hour. Heat race number 2 for the vintage hardtops here taking place. Mike Slaney so far leading from the start in heat race number 2 in that 4X car, 1940 Pontiac. Fun cars out here. Always fun to watch these cars. Different sound, different behaviors. Mike Slaney was talking about I was looking at that car. It's got the old original steering box on it. No power steering on that thing, so he's manhandling that 4X car. All right, 1 to go signal going to green flag racing next time by. Got Mike Slaney on the inside, Ken Rusloff on the outside, Jerry Cecil. And the 69 of Jeff West. And that, assuming, is a 69 Camaro. Green flag back in the air.
Green flag's back in the air. Look, this time it looks like the 99 gets the jump on the 4 of Slaney. Down the back straightaway, and he's actually going to be pulling away from our second place.
2 to go. That 99 car is always one of the cars to beat out here for these hardtops. It is a fast race car. Pulling away from Mike Slaney. Slaney keeping about a car length out in front of Jerry Cecil. And then they got about a half a straightaway back to the 69 of Jeff West.
And as you said, with Mike Slaney not having power steering in that car, you can see him manhandling that car as he's going through the turns.
At the line that time, Jerry Cecil had that second spot. But right now, as we're coming around to the checkered flag, the battle for second down into turn number 3. Jerry Cecil on the high side as Rusloff gets the checkered flag.
Come in for second place. It's going to be the 4, Mike Slaney, as Jerry Cecil comes across the line kind of slow. Don't know if he possibly lost some power in the car or something happened. And rounding out your top 4 is going to be the 69J of Jeff West.
It's going to do it for our heat races for the hardtops. We'll be back out later with their main event. First heat race for the Delta Dwarf cars, getting ready to roll off. Switch the screen over. And give you the starting lineup for heat race number 1. Looks like this on the point. Mark Hansen, the 18 double D in, filling in for the injured Devin Cameron. Outside the front row, the 99N of Gage Myers out of Placerville, California.
And in your second row, in the 64B out of Campbell, California, that's going to be Eric Weisler. And to his outside in the 88 double D out of Concord, California, that's going to be Travis Day.
You were talking Eric Wessler there. He could not be in the wrong place or at the right place in the wrong time or something like that last night. Every time there was a wreck, seems like it was right in front of him, and he lost a part of his car or something and still finished in the top 10. A rough night, a rough way to get there, but they just kept wrecking in front of him, not of his making. Inside row 3, the 4 double D, that's Chris Becker. Outside the 81R of the Moose, Randy Miramontes out of Santa Rosa, California.
And in your final row in the 12 out of Hollister, California, that is going to be Justin Bingman. And to his outside in the 55 is going to be Zach Armstrong out of Citrus Heights, California.
Armstrong, one of the drivers not here yesterday. We did add 5 to what we had from yesterday. Green flag in the air.
Green
Hansen,
flag.
who won both heat races he was in yesterday, starts out strong, gets down to turn number 1 first in that 18 double D.
Yeah, he jumps out to the early lead, and it looks like Eric Wessler, jumps out to that second place position. Remember, only the winner will transfer to the A feature tonight.
Everyone else going through the B main as Hansen. Again, fill-in driver. Did have some issues in the main event. Did some damage on that race car, not of his own making, but that car is had to get repaired overnight. One car spins around the 4 car of Chris Becker out of Alameda, California.
And that's going to bring out our first caution.
That last lap, a 17:10 on the stopwatch. That's 78.947 miles an hour.
I believe it's 2 laps in, 6 to go, as we had a battle for second between the 64B of Eric Wessler and Gage Myers, and that number 99N.
You can definitely tell that car nice and bright.
Yeah.
Fluorescent green and fluorescent yellow. Kind of reminds me of the old
Days of
Cole
Thunder?
Trickle car back from the Days of Thunder movie.
Yeah.
No. Again, 1 to go. Chris Becker, I believe, is going to get the black flag.
So he will have to end up in a B main. And I believe we did lose, or Zach Armstrong did not make the call.
No,
he
55
didn't.
out
Yeah.
there.
Wasn't here yesterday, and he didn't make the call for his heat race tonight, so he'll end up having to be in a B main, I believe. As it looks like we're going to get set to let him loose.
Texas
2
style
down,
restart.
6 to go.
We'll explain that in a minute. Green flag in the air.
Hansen jumps back out to the point, and we have a new second place, possibly not quite, as Wessler still holds. Oh, Gage Myers as he slides all the way up across the racetrack.
That car was pushing like a dump truck right there in turns 3.
He was pushing heavy, but not in the position that he needed.
One car spins around off turn number 4. That's a 12 of Justin Bingman. Yellow flag back out.
Our second caution of our first heat race.
I think it took us 3 or 4 heat races yesterday before we had our first caution. There we go. We got them rolling. If you're not familiar with Dwarf cars, they are purpose-built race cars. They're full-blown purpose-built race cars, just on a smaller scale, and they use about a 1100cc motorcycle engine, and their power-to-weight ratio is incredible. These things are very fast. They are behind, for what we had racing here this year, not counting sprint cars, they are about the fastest race car we have on the racetrack.
Actually, I heard that.
They are faster than the modifieds.
I believe I had went to dinner with David Michael Rosen. He had said that they had, besides, I believe it was the sprint cars and if
late
I'm
models.
that they were the third.
These are the fastest cars out there. So
I was like, wow.
And they're hard to drive because of the short wheelbase. They're very twitchy and touchy, and but I'll tell you what, they're a fun thing to drive. Coming around, green flag back in the air.
Third time's a charm. Let's see if we can get this one in. Once again, Mark Hansen jumps out to the early lead. Wessler and Myers, that top 3. Oh, as Myers, he gets close. Still not able to make the pass. Make the pass on Weasler. Oh, as he loses some ground. And now it seems like they're all pretty much spaced out. And Hansen almost loses it.
Turn number 4, gets it back up and somehow keeps the lead. But here comes Eric Wessler on the high side. Gets down to turn number 1. He goes down right behind the 18 Double D and
shuts
pushes
the door
up
on
the
him.
hill.
Yeah.
That car did not like, the 64 car did not like getting down on that low side, and that thing pushed on the exit of the turn. 2 to go.
2 to go. White flag out. Next time by for Mark Hansen. 2 more circuits around the racetrack, and he has a straight transfer into our main event tonight.
Bob with the white rag in the air, coming around, white flag coming out. One more time around for Mark Hansen and the rest of this field. Heat race number 1 for the Delta Dwarf Car Mania here at Antioch Speedway.
It looks like they're all running the same distinct line. Hansen's just able to hold off everybody as he goes through 3, coming out of 4. Our winner for our heat race number 1 in the 18 Double D is going to be Mark Hansen.
Wessler gets 2nd, Gage gets 3rd. 4th is Travis Day. And Moose Miramonte has trouble on turn 3 on the final lap. He'll cross the line in the fist bump. But the only one that really counts is that Mark Hansen car. He's going to the big show. He was in a position to transfer last night when the incident happened over there when Kevin Moralio ended up on his lid. He was another one of the cars involved. In fact, the bumper bars on the side of the race car, Kevin Moralio's wheel got caught in between that, pulled the door off, and actually pushed the bars out instead of in like you would normally see. So that was kind of weird. All right, heat race number 2, looking like this for the Delta Dwarf cars. On the point, speaking of him, the 40 car of Kevin Moralio out of Pleasanton, California. Outside the front row, the 43 car, it's Sean the Kid Catucci out of Brentwood, California.
And in your second row, in the 63N out of Tracy, California, that is going to be Buddy Oshaka. Okay. And to his outside is going to be the 812 Double D out of Antioch, California. That's going to be Chance Russell.
Chance ran much better than he finished last night. He kind of had some trouble late in the day, but he ran well and just kind of got up high and kind of started going slow. Some issues happened there. Roberto Monroy comes in the 5th starting spot in the 7XL out of Antioch, California. He also had trouble, got tangled up down in turn number 3 yesterday and could not finish the evening. Back out, the 96B, that's Nick Squadrito, who had a good run yesterday. Took home a heat race win outside of row number 3.
And in your final row, in the 111R, out of Forest Hill, California, that is going to be Tom Van Tula.
Van Tile.
I'm guessing the U is silent in his name.
As they roll off, we were going to let the car of Tyler Quilty take a couple hot laps. He had some issues. And he couldn't get it fired, so he may get another opportunity. But right now, we got the starting lineup. Lights are out. We're going green flag racing this time by.
And it looks like we are missing 2 cars from this heat race.
Green flag in the air. Kevin Moralio, national champion for the Vent division, out on the points. Count up turn number 4, Kevin Moralio, Sean Catucci, 1-2. In that 3rd spot, Buddy Olshaka.
Oh, and it looks pop.
The 111R of Tom Van Tile spins in turn number 1, but Olshaka almost got into the side of Sean Catucci.
Here comes Catucci, trying to possibly look like he's trying to make a run on that 40. Oh, and he gets bumped from the rear.
A little bump drafting there.
By the 63 of Olshaka.
Coming up off turn number 4, Kevin Moralio holding a pretty line. He's got about 5 car lengths right now over Sean Catucci in that 43 car. Again, Catucci gets a shot from the rear from Buddy Olshaka, but that time it costs Olshaka as he loses the back end and spins around.
Now it's just 1 and 2 looking to duel for that transfer position. The 40 and the 43. As Catucci's good at kind of holding his car down in the middle and center. Just doesn't have the speed coming off the corners as this time he's inching ever so closer. Here comes Catucci for the first place position.
Took a look down and decided turn number 1 and 2. Had to get out of the gas and falls back in line. Does it again down in turn 3. You see the wheels. He is pushing hard into turn and gets really loose coming up off the turn. 2 to go.
2 to go for the 40. As this time it looks like Catucci loses some ground to
Kevin Moralio. Looks like he has a little trouble getting into turn number 3, but Catucci not close enough. White flag in the air one more time around for Moralio in that 40 car. Gets down to turn number 1 and 2. Coming up off turn 2, Catucci a good quarter of straightaway behind. The 8-12 of Chance Russell in the 3rd spot. The 111R of Tom Van Tile and then Buddy Olshaka. But at the line, it is Kevin Moralio crossing first, Sean Catucci second, and the 8-12
Chance Russell.
Chance Russell in the 3rd spot. Battle for 4th. Coming up off turn number 4, it is the 111R of Tom Van Tile, and 5th will be Buddy Olshaka. Moralio, the only one that really matters as far as He's the only one that gets transferred to the big show coming up later tonight without having to go through the B main. Heat race number 3 coming up next. Got some strong cars in this heat race as well. Want to say welcome to all our fine friends on Facebook, Antioch Speedway by Promotions, AntiochSpeedway.tv. Thanks for joining us on Facebook. You can catch all of tonight's live racing action direct from Antioch Speedway by going over to AntiochSpeedway.tv and subscribing. We have got some great racing action in store for you as we have the Delta Dwarf Cars heat races going on. We already had the Hardtops and Valley Sportsmen combining. They had their heat races already, but we are in the midst of heat races for the Delta Dwarf Cars. We're in heat race number 3. David Michael Rosa out of Antioch, California, in the 2 Double D is on the point outside the front row. It's Mark Biscardi out of San Jose, California, in the 66B. He took a really hard shot in turn number 1 last night in a car that was already stopped, but he is back out here tonight.
And in your second row in the 85 Double D, that is Jack Haverty out of Parts Unknown, and to his outside is a 31 Double D out of Bay Point, California. That is Ellie Russo.
Ellie, first year racer and doing well, made the main event last night. Inside row 3, the 22 Double D, the former Travis Dutra's car. It's now Dennis Gilcrease's car out of California. I had a chance to talk to him with the pre-race show. You can check that out. And John Tardif to his outside, the 38 out of Clyde, California.
And in your final row in the 80N out of San Jose, California, that is going to be Sean Jones.
Sean Jones, winner of the regional event here at Antioch Speedway back in July. One of 3 drivers that put on a whale of a show. Sean was not here yesterday, so look forward to seeing him work his way up through and try to make the main event. Him, Captain Chaos Danny Wagner, and Ryan Winters back in July put on a heck of a race. Lap after lap after lap.
The night he won Dwarf Car and a Sprint Car show, I believe it was.
He did that again. Actually, that was later in the year, but yeah, that was. He does run sprint cars as well, so nice to have Sean here tonight. So, Sean, multiple-time winner here at Antioch Speedway this year alone. Lights out. We're going to Green Flag Racing next time by again. Welcome on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, we're going to give you a couple of races here. If you want to see the rest of the evening, you'll have to run on over and subscribe at AntiochSpeedway.tv for all the action. The only place to find all the action live and direct from Antioch Speedway is at AntiochSpeedway.tv. Coming around to the green flag, David Michael Rosa in that purple number 2, Double D, leading the field. Green flag in the air.
Green flag in the air, and going in turn 1. Oh, it's going to be David Michael Rosa getting out of turn 2 with the lead.
4 wide off turn number 2 at the back.
And it looks like Sean Jones splits the gap, loses it, and he's going to take that 4th place position. Wow, what a move.
Sean came up off turn number 2, and he made it 4 wide, getting around the 22, 31, and 38 cars. And now he's up to the 4th place, setting his sights, trying to catch up with Jack Haverty's the next one he wants to take out and get around that car. Meanwhile, up front, David Michael Rosa and Mark Biscardi battling for the lead, now coming up off turn number 2.
Biscardi tried to throw in a slingshot on Michael Rosa in turn 4 as he's going to try it again, but Michael Rosa is holding on to that high side lane, has high side momentum. After we see Sean Jones in the 85 of Jack Haverty getting to each other as Sean Jones now moves into the 3rd place position.
Jack Haverty got loose coming up off turn number 4, came down and got into the side of the Sean Jones car. Jones still has a ways to go to catch up with Mark Biscardi. We're halfway done, 4 down, 4 to go. Biscardi sitting about 5 car lengths right now behind David Michael Rosa in the 2 Double D.
Yeah, David Michael Rosa is having a pretty good run here tonight. As if he can hold on to this lead, he'll get a straight transfer into the A main event. It looks like Biscardi.
One car spins around at turn number 4. It's the 22 of Dennis Gilcrease. David Michael Rosa won heat race 3B last night, so he's already got a checkered flag here this weekend. Looking to make it again, and this is not what he wanted to see. It's not what him or Mark Biscardi wanted to see, because that's going to bring Sean Jones right up on their rear bumpers for a restart. And Sean Jones, folks, is tough. He is one of the fastest Dwarf Car drivers on the West Coast.
Yeah, within 6 laps, he was able to... within 5 laps, he was able to come from dead last to 3rd, making moves.
So Texas-style restart, I said we'd explain it, what it is if you're unaware. Texas-style restart, the leader gets a front row to himself. He can start high, low, middle, wherever he wants on that front row. The second-place car gets to choose high side or low side. In this case, Mark Biscardi chooses the low side, puts Sean Jones on the high side. In the third row, we have Jack Haverty and the 38 of John Tardiff. In the fourth row, Ellie Russo. And the 22D, double D of Dennis Gilcrease. That's your running order right now, but David Michael Rosa looks like he's lining up to start low. That's going to leave that high side open for Sean Jones. I don't think he would do that if David Michael Rosa would do that if he knew Sean Jones was back there.
Green flag's out, and already here comes Sean Jones to the outside.
Mark Biscardi down on the inside.
Oh, he tried to diamond it.
3 wide into turn number 1.
Oh, here comes Sean Jones. He throws it all the way in there, and he's going to...
Wide job on Biscardi. Biscardi crosses over and gets right back in front of Sean Jones. Jones back underneath Biscardi, pitching him off down low. They push up the hill. Meanwhile, David Michael Rosa saying, you guys keep battling. It's going to let me win this race. They go into turn number 3.
Sean Jones once again. Oh, this time he gets tagged.
That's going to help David Michael Rosa.
White flag.
Battle for second. White flag in the air.
So much going on.
Here comes Jack Haverty. He's making a move. Sean Jones and Mark Biscardi into turn number 3. Haverty pushes up the hill. Sean Jones has to get out of it. David Michael Rosa with the win. Jack Haverty second. Biscardi third.
Sean Jones goes fourth. Wow. So much going on in this heat race. As you said, we had hitters. We had hitters in this heat race, and they proved it.
I believe John Tardiff finished in the 5th spot, but David Michael Rosa saying, thank you, boys, for battling like that. That helped me just to keep on winning. David Michael Rosa moving to the main show without having to go through the B main. Wow. All right, so.
And that was all in just an 8-lap heat race. Wait till our main event comes.
Again, Facebook, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to head on over to Antioch Speedway.tv and subscribe for all of tonight's racing action. Heat race number 4 looks like this. The 92N of Brandon Wiley out of Santa Maria, California. On the point outside of him, the 41E, that's Nick Velasquez out of Camarillo, California.
And in row 2 in the 14E, that is Tommy Velasquez out of Camarillo, California. And to his outside is the 76 of Roger Shores out of Cameron Park, California.
Roger Shores does not look like he made it. He hit the wall a ton last night in turn number 4, broke a lot of the right front. Row 3, the 6S, Darren Davis, that's out of
Astacardio?
I had it. Atascotero, somewhere in California. The 088R of Antonio Miramontes out of Santa Rosa, California.
And in your final row is the 6N of Austin Qualty out of Parts Unknown.
Austin Quilty out of, unknown. So anyway, Ascadero, California is what I was trying to spit out and failed miserably on. Heat race number 4 out of 5. Again, only the winner transferred to the main event. Right now missing 3 cars.
Yeah.
Again, Roger Shores hit the wall a ton up in turn number 4 as he drove off the racetrack. The right front was stuck up in the air. I'm not sure if I was concerned he may have even broke or bent the frame. Green flag in the air.
As we see
Brandon Wiley down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Here comes the 41E of Nick Velasquez. Tommy Velasquez in the 3rd spot and back in the 4th spot. It is the 6. Not sure if that's 6S or 6N. I believe it's a 6S of.
As Nick tags the back of Brandon Wiley, let him know, hey, bud, I'm here. I want to get by you. 1 lap in the books. As the top 3 have checked out from our 4th place, Austin Quality.
Coming down the back straightaway, it's the 92N of Brandon Wiley. He has the lead by about a car length over the 41E of Nick Velasquez. Tommy Velasquez, T3, behind those 2 in that 3rd spot, but only the top one is the one that's going to transfer for Brandon Wiley out of Santa Maria, California. Coming up off turn number 2 down the back stretch. Stretches out by about a car length and a half as they enter turn number 3, but here comes that Nick Velasquez. Tommy Velasquez gets loose in turn number 4, and he's going to lose about a straightaway after having that problem, as does the 6 car down there.
As he's going to bring out the caution, it looks like
The 6N of Austin Quilty.
Yeah, and it looks like he has some tire smoke rubbing.
Line up his sets. Heat race number 4 of 5. Those again on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to swing on over to AntiochSpeedway.tv to subscribe for all of tonight's racing action. Also, if you have not signed up for My Race Pass, I guess you have to sign up, but it is free. My Race Pass gives you the lineup, gives you finishing orders, gives you a schedule, all on My Race Pass. It's free on your app store, whether it's Apple or Android. They also have a website you can go and look at. And if you want to spend a little bit of money and get the extra bells and whistles, there's some money you can spend there too. But the free part of it works just fine for most of what you want to do. When we get our scoring loops in, we'll have live timing and scoring on there as well. This track's slowly starting to come in. Started out a little bit slick, as it normally does. We don't have any big wheeled wide tires here tonight to help pack it in. It's just the little guys. Even the hardtops running mainly a skinnier tire. So green flag back in the air. 4 laps to go, 4 down. Brandon Wiley down to turn number 1. The Velasquez boys side by side coming up off turn number 2.
Doing battle down the back straightaway.
Ooh, look at Tommy go. He's getting a little
almost got in. Nick there, yeah.
I wouldn't want to be at their dinner table after some of these races.
Whoa. Got pretty close right there as they're going to let Brandon Wiley run away with this lead if they keep doing battle like this. As they're just really just throwing it in on each other. 2 to go
Not
for Brandon Wiley.
That would be fun or cause family troubles. But
I think they're having fun.
I would hope so. Because it's a fun race to watch as Nick Velasquez now gets out in front of Tommy. Tommy falls back in line in 3rd. We have the white flag coming out.
And it looks like something happened to the 14 of Tommy Velasquez. Yeah.
Tommy pulling off the racetrack. So it's down to Brandon Wiley and Nick Velasquez.
And coming around 3, round 4, and it's going to be Brandon Wiley. He's going to pick up the heat race number 4 win with, I believe, Nick Velasquez and that 2nd place position.
16:25 on the stopwatch, 83.077. They're still 3 or 4 miles an hour off what they were last night at the fastest point. So track still coming in. So congratulations to Brandon Wiley, punching his ticket to the main event out of the heat race. With that, we're going to heat race number 5, 5 of 5. Last one more person to go directly in. Dylan Schrum, the 31N, out of Lincoln, California, on the point. Outside is Cameron Robicelli out of Medford, Oregon, on the 25S.
And in the 2nd row, the 68 out of Antioch, California, that is going to be David Rosa. And to his outside, out of Tracy, California, in the 00, that is going to be Mike Casero.
The 20N of Joe LeDuc out of Tracy, California, inside row 3, and outside him, Tyler Quilty in the X car.
And in your final row, in the 29E, out of Placerville, California, that is going to be Chuck Eaton.
That is the car that had the driver change after Corey Eaton broke his arm last night. Chuck Eaton in that car. One more driver to transfer directly to the main event. Going to give him the 1-to-go signal this time by. The 31N of Dylan Schrum had some good runs last night. Did not win anything, but the guy to the outside of him, that was supposed to be the outside of him, Cameron Robicelli out of Medford, Oregon, in the 25S car. He won B main number 1 last night, but he did not make the call. So not sure what happened to him. He did have an incident last night in the main event. So not sure if maybe the car is not fixed, but he did register for today. Bring it around. We're going to green flag racing. 5th and final heat race for the Delta Dwarf cars. Green flag in the air.
Green flag in the air as it looks like the 00. Oh, we have one around, and that's LeDuc. LeDuc goes around and turns 2. I believe going. We're going to keep it green.
Mike Casaro coming up off turn number 4. Dynamite Dave Rosa spins in turn number 4, but give it to past champion Mike Casaro on that 00 double D on the point. He's got the 31N of Dylan Schrum in 2nd. One car flips over. Joe LeDuc flips in turn number 4. Red flag in the air.
Wow, and it looks like he just went straight on with that wall.
Driver's okay. Driver is okay. Broken right front on that car now. Going to roll him back over. Joe LeDuc in that 20N car. Got into the wall after spinning down here. Wonder if something broke in that car, because he spun down on the south end of the racetrack and then went down to the north end.
And the car just completely did not turn at all, and he just looks like
throttle stuck, just heard over the radio.
Yeah, you heard the impact from up here, and
it's always one of the scariest things in a race car is your throttle sticking. That fire is even worse. Get this car put on the hook. Driver is okay. Again, if you're on Facebook, if you want to see all of tonight's action, head on over to AntiochSpeedway.tv and subscribe, which you can do each and every Saturday night for racing. Next weekend, we're going to have the IMCA Modifieds, IMCA Sports Modifieds, the Super Stocks, Tri-State Pro Stocks with a special event, and also the Wingless Sprint Cars will be here. That's all next Saturday. You can see all the action live and direct on AntiochSpeedway.tv. Then we'll take a couple weeks off. We'll return on November 21st. It'll be open wheel night. We're going to have the wing sprint cars, the wingless sprint cars. And the 600 micro sprints. Coming up on the 21st of November. Driver out and hopping in the Jeep to get a ride back to the pit area. Hard hit down there, Joe, for that Joe LeDuc car. So Mike Casaro is our leader. I do believe, waiting to hear officially, yes, Mike Casaro is our leader. Butch, the 31N of Dylan Shroom out of Lincoln, California, is in the second spot. Ingram Eats 7-Eleven, Goat House Brewing, Kimball Midwest, and Kip Electric sponsorship on the 31N. The 00 Double D of Mike Casaro has Charlie's High Performance Machine, M&M Dwarf World, and his wallet sponsorship. Joe LeDuc, who just had that issue over there, has Morgan Motorsports and M&M Chassis sponsorship on that car. And the 29N of Chuck Eaton out of Placerville, sponsored by Air Craftsman HVAC and Crane Inspection Agency. I'll say thanks. If you go to any of those businesses, please say thank you for sponsoring a race car. See damage on the right front of that 20N car. Pull that car back to the pits. Going to do a quick track check, make sure no debris gets left out, and we'll get these cars back one lap in. 7 remain. Our fifth and final heat race of the night for the Delta Dwarf cars. 2-day show here. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of great racing action with these Dwarf cars. The last race of the year for them here at Antioch Speedway. Dwarf cars in 2 weeks have a big show down in Mojave. I know a lot of these guys are getting set to go to.
And I believe they have a memorial race also coming up in Petaluma, it is.
Butch Mike Casaro on the point. Second place car of Dylan Shroom chooses the low side, puts Dynamite Dave Rosa on the high side. And at the back of the pack, Chuck Eaton.
As we get set, green flag's out. Casaro jumps out to the point once again as he slips up the racetrack a bit. Here comes Dynamite David Rosa on the outside for that second place position.
Dynamite Dave run a lot of different cars here at Antioch Speedway, running Dwarf cars right now with his son, David Michael Rosa.
Here comes Dylan Schrum.
Casaro's car just not handling very well through the center of the turn. That's where Dylan Schrum seems to make
he's
up
possibly going to try to make a move. No, he gets door closed on him. Casaro still holds on to the lead. 3 laps in, 5 to go.
Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Mike Casaro has about a 2-car length lead over Dylan Schrum. Coming up off turn number 4. At the line, 4 down, 4 to go. 81.571 miles an hour. That's 16:55 on the stopwatch.
Casaro still holds on to the point. As this car kind of slips up a little bit. Schrum still just can't capitalize.
Again, that Casaro car, he has a trouble in the center of the turn. He just cannot get through the center of the turn.
Just pushes up the racetrack a little bit. Can't really find that grip.
2 to go this time by.
2 laps and Casaro will once again make it have a straight shot to the feature. As they're going to be ended up coming on lap traffic. The 29 of Chuck Eaton. White flag is out for Casaro. Does Schrum have anything possibly for him?
Slower car right in front of him coming up off turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Mike Casaro gets around him. They touch going into turn number 3.
As still winning heat race number 5 is going to be Mike Casaro with Dylan Schrum and Dynamite David Rosa, your top 3. And rounding out your 4th place position is going to be the 29N of Chuck Eaton.
Casaro almost lost that lead when he got together with Chuck Eaton entering turn number 3 on the last lap there. It's going to do it for our heat races. We've got a number of cars. We've got 11 cars altogether already signed up. Qualified for the main event. All right, so speaking of that, here are the cars that could transfer directly from last night. Being they're not in the heat race, they do get a hot lap. So we're talking cars like Scott Dahlgreen in the 21 Double D. Behind him, the 11 car of Darren Brown. Behind him will be the 11 Double D of Captain Chaos Danny Wagner. Then the 14 DN of Tim Fitzpatrick out of Virginia City, Nevada. Then we have the 12N of Michael Grenner. That's Spanky. And up in front of him, the 4N, the winner last night of the main event out of Galt, California. That's Ryan Winter. These cars getting an opportunity to see what the racetrack feels like right now. B-Main coming up next.
This track looks pretty good and pretty smooth so far right now.
Once again, the track crew doing a great job getting this track set up. Had some beautiful racetracks all year long, but of the last couple of months, it's just been even a step above. Hey, Rich. Yeah, interview on the B-Main winner. Confused there, Rich. I was wondering why we're going green and you guys wouldn't even like it. I have no information. Don't know anything. I just heard you say we're having one. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
All right, getting ready for the B main.
Hey, talk to Danny over there. See if that memorial lap, if they got something to give to the announcer here so he can say something.
As we get set, it's going to be a couple minutes as scoring is working on getting the B main set up.
Nobody copied my board out there. We're going to do 2 B mains right
Two B mains coming up.
Great.
We can't do the B mains right now. I don't even have the lineups down there yet. We have to take our break first.
Okay, my bad.
All right, we're going to take a
So we can take a break now.
we're going to take an intermission because the lineups are still being set. So with that, going to break out to. During intermission, play you the audio from today's Antioch Speedway TV pre-race show. Had the opportunity to walk around and talk with a number of different people, so we'll be back in just a little bit with B-Mains for the Delta Dwarf cars, finalizing our main event here tonight. Thanks for tuning in to Antioch Speedway TV on AntiochSpeedway.tv and on Facebook on the Facebook by Promotions Facebook page. Hello, race fans. I'm Wiley Wade, and this is the Antioch Speedway pre-race show. That's right, it is race day here at Antioch Speedway, Saturday, the 24th of October, 2020. If you can believe it, we're already into the end of October. Coming up on the end of the race season here at Antioch Speedway, we do have another race next weekend with the IMCA Modifieds, IMCA Sport Modifieds, as well as the wingless sprint cars are going to be here next Saturday. Don't forget, lots of great racing action in store. And of course, added a race coming up on November 21st. We've got the wingless and the 360 micro sprints all racing. That is November 21st. And of course, Turkey Night. 2-night show. It is the 27th and 28th of November. We do have a slight schedule change. The four bangers I've been talking about being added to the Friday night show. We're actually going to add them to the Saturday night show to go along with the IMCA Modifieds, IMCA Sport Modifieds, and the Jay's Mobile Welding Hobby Stocks. On Friday night, the 27th, it'll be the Hobby Stocks along with the wing sprint cars and wingless sprint cars. It's going to be a lot of great racing action. Hi, Eric. Hi, Jewel. Thanks for tuning in to the Antioch Speedway pre-race show. See you on there. We have some Dwarf Car action getting ready to go, and also the vintage hardtops are going to be joined by the Valley Sportsmen are going to be here, and the Sportsman cars are actually going to leave the wings on their cars this time around. So a lot of great racing action in store for you tonight. Some awesome racing action last night. The track was in great condition with Ryan Winter taking home the main event win last night after trying to chase down the 11 car through most of the night, as he was unstoppable in most of the events. Was Darren Brown out of El Cajon, California in that 11 car, but he did get penalized one position after repeated warnings about jumping the start, starting way back way too early from what track officials wanted. So he was penalized one position late in the race, and Ryan Winter able to hold him off, take home the win. Danny Wagner took home third place behind Darren Brown. Mike Grenner, that's Spanky. He took home fourth place, and fifth was Tim Fitzpatrick. Tim out of Virginia City, Nevada. Scott Dahlgreen was in the sixth spot. Jack Haverty in the seventh spot with Eric Wessler. Somehow, I'm not sure how he finished in the eighth spot, only because it seems like every time there was an incident or accident on the racetrack, it seems like it was always right in front of Eric, and he just got beaten, banged all night long, and not really of his doing, other than being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Brandon Wiley in the 92N finished in the ninth spot, with Sean Catucci, the kid, finishing in the 10th spot, rounding out the top 10. Mark Hansen driving in substitute in the 18 Double D, as that car is right over here to my right. Finished in the 11th spot. He had a very strong run, won both of his heat races earlier in the evening. Hey Bob, how you doing? I wish you were here as well. Thanks for tuning in. Tommy Velasquez in the 14E finished in the 12th spot last night with Ellie Russo. A strong 13th place finish in the 31 Double D.
after she had issues earlier on with a flat tire. Randy Miramontes, the Moose, finished in the 14th position in that 81R. 15th was Corey Eaton. He finished there in the 29N race car. Kevin Moralio, he's over here working on his race car, and that's who I'm going to go talk to. He finished in that 16th spot, and we want to go talk to him because he ended up finishing 16th after ending up on his lid. And he's been thrashing on this race car, getting it ready to go. And let me flip the camera around.
It did bend the lower.
Danny Wagner here.
It didn't have the message.
As they're talking about, again, the repairs taking place. Kevin, we're on Facebook Live. Facebook Live, the Antioch Speedway pre-race show.
Yeah?
So,
What am I going to do different tonight? I'm not going to go upside
you're not
down.
going to end up on your lid?
No.
So what happened? What put you on your lid last night?
Just a lot of hard racing. I tried making a pass on the inside, and my right front tire climbed his left rear tire, and I went up in the air. And when I came down, my right front tire was between his door and his Nerf bar, and then we got locked up. So someone came in behind me and shoved me over the top of his car. It wasn't a bad. It was just a rollover. It wasn't nothing big, but
Yeah, I'd never
was
seen
it?
his side bars were bent out instead of in because of the way your wheel went in there.
yeah. We were locked up for a minute, and then like we came to a stop. So the traffic behind us came up and got into me, and kind of went up. Then it started coming back. I thought I was going to be all good, and then it went the rest of the way over. But
Ended up your wheel straight up.
yeah.
All right, so what damage did you have?
I was just bragging about how I haven't been upside down in a while, too. What was that?
That'll bite you every time. So what damage did you have? What'd you have to fix before you could come back?
Just a couple front end parts. The lower and the radius arm, and straightened my hood out. It ripped my throttle body off, so I had to just put that back on.
Oh, wow.
No dirt got in there, so
That's good.
yeah.
You've had a successful year, a couple national wins this year, regional win.
Best year I've ever had. Yeah, I got the national championship. I won Arizona National, the Wyoming National, and then I had a DNF at the Petaluma National. And then I took second at Marysville and won the championship by 2 points, one position.
Well, congratulations
Yeah.
on that.
Took me 7 years.
So what's your plan for next year then? Try it again?
I'm not sure. I always said if I win the championship, I was going to try the pro class, but I don't know. I'm 56 years old, so I kind of like running with the vets, but I don't know. Well, it's still up in the air.
All right, so what's your plan for tonight? You got to work your way into the big show.
I guess I haven't seen the board. Somebody told me I start on pole in my heat, so I got to win. If I win my heat, then that puts me automatically into the main, and if not, then I have to work my way up.
What's how different was it for you last night racing for points to try to work your way in last night?
It was a different format. I really didn't understand it. I just kind of like went up and looked at the board and went out and lined up wherever they told me to line up. I'm kind of understanding it better now, but it was all new to me, so I'm actually the one that recommended to Danny to when we got the Delta Dwarf cars together. I told him, we're trying to figure out what we can do with the club, and I told him that, Petaluma's got the Twin 25 after the season's over, and we should come up with some kind of a race, that's different, and this is what we came up with. I wish the turnout was a little bit better, but I don't know, it seemed like everybody was doing something else this weekend.
And I can let you know you do start inside pole, heat 2. You'll have Sean Catuccia on your outside, and you'll have Buddy Olshaka behind you. So
Great.
you gotta watch out for that Buddy. He likes to get on it earlier when that starts.
Hey, at least he's got his Trump sticker on.
There you go. All right, who do you want to say thanks for helping getting you out here on the racetrack?
I want to thank my girlfriend for putting up with all this crap, and my mom and John, and Vicky Moralio's Murals is one of my sponsors, and Big Head Motorsports.
All right, Kevin Moralio, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Kevin Moralio, the 40 Dwarf car here tonight.
see who else we can catch up with real quick on our live pre-race show here at Antioch Speedway. Yeah, let me flip the camera back around. Thanks again for tuning in. It's been some fun and exciting times here all weekend long. Looking forward to another night of exciting racing here on Antioch Speedway TV. Don't forget, just head on over to antiochspeedway.tv and subscribe for tonight's racing action. Hi, Lisa Slaney. Thanks for tuning in. Brandon. Wishing everybody good luck. Thanks for tuning in. As we're going to continue around, and let's walk over here and see if this gentleman is over here real quick as we continue our pit walk for a beautiful Saturday for racing here at Antioch Speedway. Hi, Damon. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. What you doing?
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live?
Yeah.
So you're live right now.
All right. Is Eric here? Eric? How you doing? I'm Wiley Wade. Track announcer. Can I get you to come outside real quick? We're on Facebook Live. We're on Facebook Live on the Antioch Speedway pre-race show.
Hello.
I wanted to come see you because I talked about you a lot last night.
You did?
I did. Not because the reason you necessarily wanted me to, but it just seems like every time there was a wreck, it happened right in front of you.
It did. Last night I had a lot of trouble, and it was not my fault.
No, it wasn't. You just were in the wrong place at the wrong time all night long.
Yeah.
And you still finished top 10.
I did.
How did you do that?
Smash on the gas. I don't know. A couple lucky restarts, things like that, and I don't know.
I mean, the amount of times that you got involved in other messes, it was awesome that you were able to keep going.
Yeah, I had a good time. I think it could have been the Geritol. Could have been had something to do with it.
So what's your plan for tonight? Besides stay away from everybody else's mess.
Just go fast. Just go fast. Keep it going straight, and stay out of trouble.
So what is it you like about running these dwarf cars?
It's a fairly affordable sport and highly competitive, and we just have a blast. You know, it's a lot of fun.
All right. Well, good luck tonight.
Okay, thank you.
And again, stay out of other people's messes.
I think hopefully it's all past. You know, that was all last night's
got
stuff.
it all out last night.
Right, and tonight we just go right to the front.
All right, good deal. And you're Mark, right? Come on out, Mark. Mark Briscardi, driver of the 66B, who also got caught up in someone else's mess. Down there at turn number one. That was a hard hit. At least it looked like it from the booth.
Yeah, a little bit. No, we're trying to have a good time. Been flipping the last couple weeks in a row, trying to finish the race. Going really fast. We're old guys, so we try to hang with the young guys, and we're having a really, really good time. We enjoy ourselves.
So what's your plan for tonight?
Tonight is to finish the race and put our cars in the trailer with all the wheels on them.
Wheels on them, pointing in the right direction.
Because we've been loading them backwards lately, and just trying to have a good time and enjoy ourselves.
Well, thanks for coming out. Who do you want to say thanks for getting you out here?
My wife, Tammy, and Eric, who I hang with, and everybody else. We're having a really, really, really good time.
It's neat coming to these 2D shows with you guys because it's a family atmosphere like you're talking
It's
about.
way family. We have a really good time. The kids are here. Other wives come and talk to us, and we have a really, really good time. It's a lot of fun.
All right. How's your year been going so far?
It's going okay. Just last year was better, but this year, I mean, we're surviving, having a good time. You know, it's okay.
All right, Mark Scardy, good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right, we're going to continue on. Oh, man, here's a motley crew. All right, Sean.
What's up, man?
We hit you up yesterday. We got to do it again.
Yeah.
So get the car in the background, aim it down so you can see you. There we go. All right, so how'd your night go last night?
Last night was interesting. Yeah, it was. I was terrible in the heat. We had a mean push and made a whole bunch of changes. Got good in the B main. Transferred out of that, and then man, I was moving forward in the main. I think I got up to like 7th, and then I ended up spinning out all by myself, went to the back. And then I think I got like back up to 5th, and then had some unfortunate circumstances happen on the track, but I'll just leave it at that. And, yeah, man, it's just racing. It gets crazy out there. And today's a new day, and we'll try again, man. I had a blast. So
I'm looking here. You start outside row 1 in Heat 2 today.
yeah, looks yeah. Somebody just told me that. So sounds like you got to win it to get into the show to lock in. And yeah, if my car's anything like it was in the main last night, hopefully we can hammer down and drive ourselves right into that main. That would be good. But if not, we'll fight in that B.
You got some tough competition in your heat with Kevin Moralio starting on the pole.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. That's gonna be tough. So yeah, it's we'll fight for every inch, and we'll see where we end up.
All right, who do you want to say thanks for getting me out here?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Alpha Auto Glass. I want to thank West Coast Green Rush, Ethos Vision, Wagner Racing, Frank and Spakey and Eminem, always helping me out. And everybody else I forgot, man, thank you. It's a team effort.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thanks, bro.
Sean the Kid Catucci.
All right, let's do it.
Getting ready to go racing here tonight.
Sean.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
How are you?
I know, you got me. I'm good. How about you, Wiley?
Good. You ready for some more picture taking?
Not tonight. I will be cheering on from
You're
the
cheering
stands.
tonight.
Yes,
Oh,
cheering
okay.
tonight. Back to pictures next week, though.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Well, again, check out Sarah Pointer Photography for any pictures you want to order. Give her a call. It's on the place. And she'll be putting pictures on mine, too, so good luck.
Have a good one.
All right. Dennis, how are you? We're on Facebook Live. Come on over. So, Dennis Gilcrease, how's your weekend going so far?
Oh, it's good. I got a new car. Wrecked it a little bit last night. Got power steering. It's a little difficult, but getting used to it.
Oh, no power steering in it, huh?
No, it has power steering
it has
now.
power steering.
It's got no feel. It feels like a video game.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, huh?
Yeah.
Let me see, I'm just trying to look, see where you're starting. You know where?
I have no idea.
So what happened with it? What was your night like last night?
It's good. Filling out the car. It's a rocket ship. And then just oversteered the car. It was super simple. And then got my pan hard bar broke. But besides that, it was running good. I was moving forward, so that's always a good thing.
Let's see, you start Heat 3 inside row 3.
Okay.
That's where you're going to start. So you win to get in, or you got to go through the B main?
So it's a win out of the heat. That's the only way to get in.
Heat, I believe, is all it is.
Well, I mean, then you just send it, win it.
All right, who do you want to say thanks for helping you get out here?
I'd like to thank Wagner Racing. They do a lot with me, and Freedom Alarm and Finish Logic Powder Coating. And then my girlfriend.
Oh yeah, don't forget her.
Yeah, she'll kill me. Yeah, she puts up with a lot.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Have fun.
That was some of the pre-race show from earlier. We'll have a little more of it coming up as we have another intermission in between the B mains and the main event. Give our folks time to get ready to go. So our starting lineup for B main feature number 1 on the point, Sean Catucci, Sean the Kid Catucci out of Brentwood, California in the 43 car on the inside. Outside the first row, the 41E, that's Nick Velasquez out of Camarillo, California.
And in your second row, in the 85 Double D, that is going to be Jack Haverty. And to his outside is going to be the 66B of Mark Biscardi.
And inside row number 3, that's the Dylan Shroom car, the 31N out of Lincoln, California. To his outside, Chance Russell out of Antioch in the 812 Double D.
And in your fourth row, in the 31 Double D out of Bay Point, that is going to be Ellie Russo. And to her outside is going to be the 4 Double D of Chris Becker.
Becker out of Alameda, California. Inside row 5, the 22 Double D of Dennis Gilcrease that you just heard from on that interview out of California. Camden Robustelli out of Medford, Oregon in a 25S outside of row 5.
And in your sixth row, in the 76, that is going to be Roger Shores out of Cameron Park, California. And to his outside is the 6S of Darren Davis out of Atascadero, California.
That was a tough one. Inside row number 7, the 96B of Nick Squadrito out of Parts Unknown. To his outside, the Sean Jones car out of San Jose, California, the 80N.
And in your 8th and final row, the 55, Zach Armstrong out of Citrus Heights, California. And to his outside should be the 6N of Austin Quilty out of Parts Unknown.
Austin Quilty, not say he didn't make his B main, if I remember, or excuse me, his heat race, as did not the 55 of Zach Armstrong. So at the back of the pack, Zach Armstrong, Austin Quilty, neither of them here yesterday, so they are starting at the back. Sean Jones is one notable, starting in the 14th position. Back there, he was not here yesterday, so he didn't get any points, so he's starting at the back, had a good run in the heat race, but ended up finishing 4th, which was quite weird. And he's got to get up to 5th to make the big show. He is our Delta Dwarf Car regional event winner back in July, and one of the fastest Dwarf Cars drivers on the West Coast. And he's got a ways to go, but don't be surprised if he gets up there and is able to do it.
Yeah, he puts on one heck of a show every time. Every time I've seen him in a Dwarf car. So
not only does he run Dwarf cars, he runs sprint cars too.
Yeah,
does a whale of a job.
So
he won both nights or both races here about a month or so ago.
Pretty sure he mixes that driving style up with the Dwarf car. As you see how he throws in the sliders and knows where to put angles the car. As Catucci sets him in very slow.
Light is out. We are going green flag.
Light is out. 14 laps. Top 5 is going to transfer to our A feature. Green flag is out for our B main number 1. As they're going all over the place. As it looks like it is going to be Nick Velasquez. That's going to jump out to that early lead over Sean Catucci. Chance Russell is sitting in at 3rd position. Already coming up the field, look at Sean Jones. I believe he is now in a transfer position.
Just passed for 5th.
Yes, he moved into the 4th place position now. Past Chance Russell. Oh, somebody
spins around at turn number 4, right in front of the field.
Can he keep it going?
Green if he can get it running.
And we stay green. We stay green as our leader is already coming up on lap traffic.
55 car of
Zach Armstrong.
Armstrong going much slower, but here comes our leader, Nick Velasquez.
Also,
Sean Catucci 2nd.
Oh, Sean Jones is loose. He pulls it into the infield. His night is done. Wow.
Steering wheel comes flying out of that race car. Sean Jones having not what he wanted to have happen. Braking in the B main. He will not make the A main here tonight. One car spins around Chris Becker in turn number 4.
That's going to bring out our first caution.
Becker spinning all by himself there at turn number 4, bringing out the first yellow flag of the B main. Sean Jones out of his race car down in the infield, looking under the hood, or excuse me, looking under the back of the race car. Not happy. Sean Jones, our regional winner, one of the fastest guys around, not going to make the main event here tonight for the Dwarf Car Mania. Would not have suspected that happening. With that, our running order right now, Nick Velasquez on the point, Sean Catucci in the 2nd spot, Mark Biscardi in the 3rd spot. 4th is Chance Russell. 5th, it's the 31N of Dylan Schrum. 6th, the 22 Double D of Dennis Gilcrease. Deli Russo in that 7th spot. 8th is the 6th car of Darren Davis, I do believe. And behind him is the other 6th car of Austin Quilty. Or flip that. I think it's Austin Quilty and then Darren Davis. And then behind him, Jack Haverty, Chris Becker, and the 55 of Zach Armstrong. 1 to go, signal at the starter stand.
We did complete 4 laps in, so that 10 to go.
Texas style restart.
Nick Velasquez on the point. Velasquez
bringing him around nice and slow. Thanks again for tuning in to Antioch Speedway TV. Keep it on our website at www.antiochspeedway.com. AntiochSpeedway.com is the website. Antioch Speedway by Promotions. That is our official Facebook page. We also have AntiochSpeedway.tv on Facebook. And, of course, Antioch Speedway Announcer on Facebook and YouTube. Keep an eye on all of those. We're coming around. Green flag coming back out right now.
Green flag in the air, and already it looks like the 66B of Biscardi tried to look to the inside of Velasquez. As now Russell's putting an attack on Catucci for that third place position.
Top 5 cars all transferring to the main event, and right now that top 5 are pulling away from the rest of the field. Ellie Russo, they're in the 6th spot, but she's trying to catch up. That top 5 looks like this. Nick Velasquez on the point, Mark Biscardi second. This kid, Sean Catucci, Chance Russell, and Dylan Schroom. That's your
we have one around
right
sitting in turn 4, and that's going to bring out a caution. It looks like possibly the 6th.
I think it's the Darren Davis car out of Escudero, California.
Looks like I see some exhaust flames possibly.
Yeah, trying to get that thing fired up.
And let's see who that was.
It's the 6.
Yeah, 6X.
I think we have a 6S on our sheet, but it's 6X on the car.
Of Darren Davis.
The other 6 car is definitely Austin Quilty in that 6M. Lineup is set. Going to show them the 1 to go signal this time by. That magic green flag in the air. Why is it magic? Well, you ask. Well, as they come around next time by, they suddenly stomp that loud pedal and go really fast. As we said, these are some of the fastest cars we have out here. These cars run equal or faster than even the modifieds. The cars that we have at this racetrack that run faster this year, the winged and the wingless sprint cars. We did not have the late models, but the late models are capable of running faster in these cars as well. All right, once again, Nick Velasquez bringing them around nice and slow down the back straightaway. Getting ready to go green flag racing once again. Last lap was a 16:07 on the stopwatch, 84.007 miles an hour. Bringing it around, Velasquez. Green flag in the air.
Green flag is out. Biscardi gets the jump on Velasquez.
What a run on that high side for the 66 Biscardi.
And Chance Russell is going to put a position down, or I should say a position up on Catucci, Sean Catucci, yeah.
Catucci in the danger zone now. He's in that fit on the bubble right now. Trying to get back underneath Chance Russell. Getting down into turn number 3 on the low side. Looks like a lot of the cars running the high side right now. Catucci gets slideways off turn number 4. Also, the 41 of Nick Velasquez almost into the fence off turn number 4.
And now Catucci's going to be under attack by the number 85.
Jack Haverty trying to get under there.
Yeah. Oh, as Haverty goes around. He's going to lose his opportunity.
Dylan Schroom is our leader, or excuse me, in the second spot. He's getting a lot of pressure from behind of Nick Velasquez. Haverty gets going again. Velasquez now looking to the outside of Mark Biscardi. Crosses over underneath him. I'm sorry, that was Schroom looking high. And Velasquez was trying to get underneath him coming up off turn number 4.
Yeah, this time Velasquez has a run, and he's going to get that second place position.
That was a nice shot off turn number 2.
Nice diamond in the corner, yes.
Meanwhile, Mark Biscardi saying, y'all just keep battling it out. I'm just going to sit here in the lead and keep going around. So our top 5 qualifier.
Here comes
lead off turn number
Velasquez.
4. Nick Velasquez under Mark Biscardi. Off turn number 2, excuse me. They got the slower Chris Becker and also the slower Zach
Armstrong
right in front of him. Armstrong going very slow down the front straightaway.
Yeah, I think Armstrong needs to pull into the field. He's not going the pace of the rest of the cars on the racetrack.
White flag in the air. So here we go. Your transfer cars right now. Mark Biscardi, Nick Velasquez, Dylan Schroom, Chance Russell, and Sean Catucci.
Biscardi hugs that inside.
Right now, as long as they don't wreck,
they're all going to transfer, yes.
And that's the main name of the game right now. Up off turn number 4, checkered flag is out. Biscardi wins. Velasquez in the second spot.
Trump's going to be third. Chance Russell and Sean Katucci, your top 5 that are going to transfer into our A feature tonight. Unofficial top 5.
Heading down for victory lane for the B-main. Mark Briscardi, the 66B. Taking the helmet off. Mark, we talked earlier and yesterday you had a little bit of trouble, got together with another car down at turn number 1, but tonight you were able to get out front, and once you did, pulled away for the win.
Yeah, I can't hear anything you're saying, but I'm having a good time. It was fun. I beat a bunch of young guys. I'm 61 years old. Having a great time. Thanks.
What do you have to do to get ready for the main event now? What's the track doing? What do you got changes you got to make?
Put gas in it.
Put gas in it. All right, Mark Briscardi, winner of tonight's B-main number 1. He's a little bit happy. He's yelling and all, having fun. 61 years old, 61 years young. Taking home B-main over these young pups, as he said. So with that, I'll head back upstairs. We'll give you the starting lineup for B-main number 2.
Alrighty, as we get set for our B-main number 2, starting in the first row, that's going to be the 29N out of Placerville, California. That's going to be Chuck Eden. And to his outside in the 64B out of Campbell, California, that's going to be Eric Wessler.
Row 2 on the inside out of Placerville. It's the 99N of Gage Myers. To his outside, Buddy Olshaka in the 63N out of Tracy, California.
And in your third row is going to be the 88 Double D out of Concord, California. That is going to be Travis Day. And to his outside is going to be the 68 out of Antioch, California. That is going to be David Rosa.
Dynamite Dave Rosa there. Then Moose Miramontes. Randy Miramontes out of Santa Rosa in the 81R inside row 4. To his outside, the 38. That's John Tardif out of Clyde.
And in the fifth row, out of Tracy, California, in the 20N, that is going to be Joe LeDuc. And to his outside, out of Antioch, California, that is going to be the 7XL of Roberto Monroe.
Roberto Monroy, but is probably not going to have Joe LeDuc. He's the one who flipped over earlier tonight. But the 12 car is scheduled to start inside row 6 of Justin Bingham out of Hollister, California. To his outside, Antonio Miramontes out of Santa Rosa in the 088R.
And in your seventh row in the 111R, that is going to be Tom Van Tile out of Forest Hill, California. And to his outside is going to be X of Tyler Qualty out of Parts Unknown.
And at the back of the pack, Tommy Velasquez out of Camarillo, California in the 14E. We did have a couple cars drop to the back. Chuck Eaton scheduled to start on the front row. He is a replacement driver, and he does have rookie flags on it. He fell to the back. That's going to put Gage Myers up on the point in that 99N. When we give you the lineup, that is the way they are scheduled to start, but the things do tend to change sometimes. So coming around, lights out, going green flag racing this time by 14 laps, top 5 to the main event.
As we get set, Gage Myers leads them to the point. Green flags out, 14 laps.
Eric Wessler down to turn number 1 first. Gage Myers falls in line in second. Buddy Olshaka there in third. Fourth, Dynamite Dave Rosa. Fifth, here comes the 38 of John Tardif. He slides up, get around.
Oh, he's
spins
around.
out of the rest of the field. Pulls it to the infield and keeps on going.
Gage Myers loses some positions. He drops to the final transfer position, and that's 5th spot. Here comes Dynamite David Rosa now moving up into the 3rd position as he wants to get a transfer into this feature as his son gets one.
Dynamite Dave spins in turn number 4, running over tires and cones. Another car spins.
And we have the number 12.
That is the car.
Justin Bingman.
Spins. Yellow is out.
A bunch of chaos going on in turn 4, and that's going to bring out our caution as we see the Justin Bingman car, number 12, sitting around in turn 4.
$17.45 on the stopwatch, 77.364 miles an hour. Caution was for the debris, not the Justin Bingham car. Lineup is set. Starting line, Texas-style restart looks like this. The 64 B of Eric Wessler on the point. Second place is Buddy Olshaka in the 63N. Third is the 88 of Travis Day. Fourth, Gage Myers. And fifth, the 81 of Randy Miramontes.
Yeah, keep an eye on that 63. I've been watching him. He jumps all the time. Inside row 2.
Coming around, Eric Wessler with control of the field, bringing him up to the go zone. Those orange cones down to turn number 4. Green flag in the air.
Eric Wessler jumps out to the point. The 63 of Oshaka.
Right on his rear bumper coming up off turn number 2.
Yeah, Dynamite David Rose on the outside. He's going to look to take that second place.
That's
now
actually Travis Day on the 3rd. And that's
here comes Gage Myers.
Travis Day up there in the 3rd spot. 4th is Tommy Velasquez. One car up on his roof at turn number 4. Red flag back out. One car on the side. Driver is okay. Timmy Ryan. Flipping over by himself there in turn number 4. In the 0A car. Oh, now they're calling for medical. Yeah. Timmy Ryan in the 0A car. Medical crew over there with Timmy Ryan. Under the red flag at the moment as a 0A car of Timmy Ryan. Getting into the wall in turn 4, flipping over. Working on Timmy Ryan down there. Yellow light coming back out. After Timmy Ryan getting into the wall in turn number 4, flipping over. Running order right now, the 64 car of Eric Wessler out of Campbell, California on the point. Buddy Olshaka in that 63N out of Tracy, California. Third, Travis Day in the 88 car. Fourth, it's Gage Myers out of Placerville in the 99. And fifth is the 14 of Tommy Velasquez, T3. Working on getting the lineup set. Going to run them through some fluids they got put down up there. Lineup set. It is B main number 2, 14 laps, top 5 transferring. We are 3 laps in, 11 to go. Running order. Again, Eric Wessler on the point, the 64B, the Buddy Olshaka in the 63 car is second. Third is the 88 of Travis Day. Fourth is Tommy Velasquez. Fifth, Gage Myers. Those cars are right now in the transfer spots. Sixth is the 81 of Moose Miramontes, and outside of him is the 68 of Dynamite Dave Rosa. Then we have John Tardif in the 38 car. To his outside looks to be the 111R of Tom Van Tile. The 12 car of Justin Bingham inside the next row. Green flag back in the air.
Green flag back in the air, and then once again, it's going to be Wessler. Jumps out to the point. Travis Day out there on the outside trying to. Here comes Gage Myers now. As Buddy Olshaka takes the lead. As he does battle with Travis Day down the back straightaway.
Yellow flag out to let the ambulance out of the infield. Got to take Timmy Ryan out to the pit area. Get the lineup reset. Buddy Olshaka on the point right now. Travis Day, Eric Wessler, Gage Myers, Tommy Velasquez in the 5th and final spot. Transfer spot.
Yeah, what's going on? Are we good to go or what?
Sixth is going to be the 68 of Dynamite Dave Rosas. 7th is the 38 of John Tardif. 9th, 111R of Tom Van Tile. That's 8th. 9th is the 81R of Randy Miramontes. 10th, 12 of Justin Bingham. And 11th, 29N of Chuck Eaton. And the last place right now, 088R, Antonio Miramontes. Double them up, going back to green flag racing. 4 down, 10 to go. Buddy Olshaka on the point. '63 and out of Tracy, California. Travis Day having a good run up there in the 2nd spot out of Concord, California, at an 88 car. Lights out. We're going green flag racing next time by Eric Wessler, who seemed to have everybody wreck in front of him yesterday. Having much better luck today. Coming around, green flag back in the air.
Green flag back in the air once again. Oshaka jumps out to the point. Here comes Travis Day once again. He's trying to finesse around on that high side lane. He's looks like he's holding it. He's holding his own. Yes, he's going to take that 2nd place position officially. And now here comes that 14 car.
Tommy Velasquez.
Yeah, that's Tommy
Travis
Velasquez.
Day down the backstretch into turn number 3. Day gets into turn number 3 deep. Gets back out in front. One car spins around in turn number 4. All by himself. He just got in there over hot. That is. Yellow flag is out for this car sitting backwards up in turn number 4. It is the John Tardif car, the 38 car.
Looks like these guys really trying to fight to get into the top 5 positions.
Lineup is good. So I'll give you a rundown. Buddy Olshaka on the point. Travis Day 2nd. 3rd is Tommy Velasquez. 4th is Eric Wessler. 5th, Gage Myers. Those are your transfer positions right now as they stand. 6th, 111R of Tom Van Tile. 7th is the 68 of Dynamite Dave Rosa. 8th, Moose Miramontes. 9th, it's 12 of Justin Bingham. 10th, it's the 088R of Antonio Miramontes. And at the back of the pack is 29N of Chuck Eaton out of Placerville, California.
Tommy Velasquez from his starting position in 15th starting spot. Sitting in 3rd now in a transfer position as we see our medical unit back onto the racetrack.
Thanks for tuning in to Antioch Speedway TV for another exciting, fun-filled evening of racing here at Antioch Speedway. We are located about 40 miles outside of downtown San Francisco to the northeast. 3/8 mile semi-high banked oval. 70 feet wide in the turns, about 60 feet wide in the straightaways. Gets lots of 2, 3, 4 wide racing. On a rare occasion, we'll even throw a 5 wide in there for good measure. Buddy Olshaka on the point. Again, you only have to finish top 5 to make the big show. Right now, Gage Myers on the bubble.
Only top 5?
Only top 5.
As we get set to bring him around again.
Green flag back in the air.
Green flag back in the air for Olshaka.
Once again, Travis Day trying to go to the outside. He's got Tommy Velasquez down on the inside. They'll battle side by side down into turn number 3. Gage Myers says, I want in on this battle as Travis Day slips up just a little bit.
Dynamite
Gage
David
Myers
Rosa
slides up as he had to get out of the gas to try to avoid Travis Day, and that takes him out of the transfer spot.
Dynamite David Rosa. Oh, he loses it.
Rosa gets loose coming up off turn number 2. Now there's a battle for that 5th and final transfer spot between Gage Myers and Dynamite Dave, and Dynamite Dave has it coming up off turn number 4.
Dynamite David Rosa. He holds on to that 5th place position, but the battle is up front. 1, 2, 3. All doing battle as this time across the line is going to be Thomas Velasquez.
Tommy Velasquez took advantage of Olshaka getting loose in turn number 4, drove around the high side. Travis Day back in the 3rd spot, Eric Wessler 4th. And right now, Dynamite Dave Rosa has that 5th and final transfer spot, but here comes Gage Myers back to the inside. That battle for the 5th and final transfer spot up off turn number 4. Dynamite Dave has it. The 111R sitting backwards. Tom Van Tile in turn number 4. Yellow flag back out.
Yellow flag out for that 111 of Tommy Van Tile. The 111R, I'm sorry, Tommy Van Tile. He loops it around in turn 4. Wow, we had a pretty good battle going on for 1, 2, 3.
So right now, the loser in that whole deal was Gage Myers. He started out that last session of racing with the 5th and final transfer spot. Now Dynamite Dave has it. Dynamite Dave Rosa in the 68 car.
Dynamite Dave trying to get into the features, as well as his son, David Michael Rosa, is already locked in with his heat race win earlier today.
Tommy Velasquez on the point. Buddy Olshaka second. He puts Eric Wessler on the high side in that 3rd spot. 4th is Travis Day. 5th and final transfer spot, Dynamite Dave. 6th is Gage Myers. 7th is Randy Miramontes, the Moose. 8th, John Tartliff. 9th, Justin Bingham. 10th, it's the 111R of Tom Van Tile. Then we have the 088R of Antonio Miramontes, and at the back of the pack, 29N of Chuck Eaton.
Let's not forget, we do have some tough dudes in this B main feature. Just today, with Sony taking the winner out of each heat.
Green flag in the air. Tommy Velasquez down to turn number 1 first. Here comes Buddy Olshaka on the low side. That low side not holding on for him. Velasquez out in front by about 2 car lengths. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Eric Wessler in that 3rd spot. Side by side for 4th. As now here comes Travis Day. He's looking underneath Wessler. But Wessler closes the door down the front straightaway into turn number 1.
Now Travis Day running that bottom line. As here comes Gage Myers on the backside of Travis. On the backside of Travis Day as he slides up the racetrack. He slides all the way up the racetrack. Still holds on to that transfer position.
2 to go.
2 laps to go. Oh, Gage Myers almost gets into it with the 36.
38 of John Tarnoff on the inside of Gage Myers. Meanwhile, up front, 2nd place gets slideways. Off turn number 4, opens up the door. That's Buddy Olshaka. Eric Wessler gets underneath him. White flag in the air. One more time around. Tommy Velasquez all by himself up front, entering turn number 3 as the other 2nd place car is in the halfway down the back straightaway at that point.
Checker flag is out, and it's going to be Tommy Velasquez with Olshaka. White. And the 64 of Wessler. 5th is going to be David Rosa. And Travis Day, it looks like, is going to round out the top 5 transfer positions for this B feature number 2.
Hey, Wiley, he had to start at the back because he switched his car. Just so you know that.
Who's that?
That 14, he switched his car, so he had to start at the back of the lead.
Okay, good to know.
Heading down for victory lane for B main number 2. Tommy Velasquez, T3, taking home the win. Transferring to the big show here tonight. And I understand this is not the car you started with yesterday. You had to switch cars.
Same thing today, too. I tried it again in the new car and I think blew a head gasket, so back in this one again.
All right, well, it seemed to work well. You got out front and just kind of had a comfortable run after that.
Had good luck with this car last time I was here, so hopefully do it again.
So what do you have to do for to the car to get ready for the main event?
I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it.
Might want to put a little gas in it.
Yeah, maybe that.
It's a long 30 laps.
Definitely.
Any troubles out there for you?
No, just trying to get through the traffic and just stay clean the whole time.
All right, Tommy Velasquez, congratulations and good luck in the main event tonight.
Thank you.
E3 with the win here tonight for the B main number 2 for the Delta Dwarf Car Mania here at Antioch Speedway. Up next, we're going to start main events in just a little bit. We got this national anthem on the way, and we have a memorial lap coming up as well. Don't go away.
Scott Foster in his 22 IMCA Sport Modify, taking some hot laps and not running the way he wants it to. Thanks for tuning in again to Antioch Speedway TV. For another exciting, fun-filled evening of racing here at Antioch Speedway. More racing coming up. We got our main events all figured out. Thank you. To review what's happened so far tonight. Your heat winners look like this. Mark Hansen won heat race number 1. Heat race 2 was won by Kevin Rallio in the 40 double D. Heat race 3 was won by David Michael Rosa. Heat race 4 was won by Brandon Wiley, and heat race 5 was won by Mike Cusaro. B main number 1 won by Mark Briscardi, and B main number 2 just finished up with Tommy Velasquez. as we get the dwarf cars out here for Memorial Lap. Going to move them into the missing man formation. Tim Fitzpatrick's going to lead the way. Captain Chaos Danny Wagner gets back in his car after getting everybody lined up. Will do. Ladies and gentlemen, before we do the memorial lap, please rise. Gentlemen, take off your hats. If you're a member of the military or former member of the military, thank you for your service to your country. If you're a first responder, thank you for your service to your community. With that in mind, tonight we're going to break out the United States Air Force Heritage of America Band for tonight's rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. United States Air Force Heritage of America Band with tonight's rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. Please remain standing for our memorial lap. Todd Dameron. After a day of fishing, Todd Dameron passed away in his sleep on October 15th. Todd was a master fabricator, a loving husband to his wife Lynn, a hero to his children Chance and Kylie, and recently gained another title in life, known as Papa, to his 9-month-old granddaughter, River. His life revolved around two things. His family always came first, and then there was racing. Todd was a mastermind to the racing community with one of the most generous hearts. He never hesitated to lend a helping hand, answering his phone at all times of the day to help anyone who called with their racing journey. Todd had the ability to make everyone laugh. He could drink anyone under the table, and he'd give his life for the sport of racing. Some say he did. Rest in peace, Todd. We will see you at the finish line. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Todd Dameron, his wife Lainey, children Chance and Kylie, and his granddaughter River. Four wide, missing man formation that front row. Missing the pole sitter for Todd Dameron. Dwarf Car is now going to head back to the pit area and prepare for their main event. Up next, Hardtops. Racing community, very close, like a family. These dwarf cars run regional and national events together amongst their regular racing weekly shows when they can. Joe, and these guys get extra close, I think, as they spend all those different weekends together.
Yeah, just like any touring series, you start to get comfortable with the people that you're racing around and you're racing against, and you know, you have some little sketchy moments here and there, but like you said, it's family. Yeah, so you know, if somebody needed a helping hand, you know, their competitors would be right over there to help them out.
Absolutely. Last night, after all the racing, the cars that were damaged, you saw multiple teams over fixing them, and that's just phone calls being made. If they didn't have the part on site, they were calling other people that couldn't be here and getting parts, and it's just a wonderful thing, the racing community. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Todd's family and all of his friends. May he rest in peace. With that, as Rich climbs back into the booth, it is time to go hardtop racing. It's the Hardtops and the Valley Sportsmen. You'll see the winged cars they're the Valley Sportsmen. With that, as we get set for the main event, 15 laps is our main event for the Hardtops. I want to say thanks, as we do each and every week, to Jason Robles and his crew, Donnie Babbs, Matt Quadrelli, Tommy Frazier. They put in a lot of hours here. This is not a case, Joe, that it's a dirt track. You just come in on Saturday, you throw some water down, and you go racing. It's not that way. It takes days of coming in and prepping the racetrack.
Yeah, it does. I don't want to get too deep into that one, but yeah, it does. It takes a lot for people who don't know behind the scenes, who kind of just come to the racetrack and have their choice words to say about what the racing conditions are. It is hard. They do put in, 24/7, hours into this racetrack to have, it up to par for, the drivers and stuff like that. So huge shout out to them. And, like they said, they don't have to be here doing this. And they're just doing it for free will just to, have a racetrack.
A good racetrack. And
Yeah,
they've done a great job. They've figured out there is each type of dirt requires different ways of doing it, and they figured out this racetrack for sure. And they have a great racetrack each and every week. All right, hardtops. Mike Slaney out of Martinez, California, in the 4X, the Extreme Scaffolding, Extreme Motorsports 4X on the point. Matt Taylor in the 13 car. He's out of Concord, California, outside the front row.
And in your second row, the 99 out of Antioch, California, that is Ken Rutzloff. And to his outside, out of Merced, California, in the 82, that is Rick Elliott.
Those are your two heat winners. In row 3, the 121 of Mike Frazier out of Atwater, California, and Jerry Cecil in the 01 in the outside row 3.
And in your fourth row, in the 27 out of Antioch, California, that is Ken Clifford. And to his outside is the 69J out of Turlock, California, that is Jeff West.
At the back of the pack, scheduled to be Dave Mackey out of Antioch in the 1 car. He did not make the call, it looks like. I got to go. Jeff West, I got to say that's my favorite car because that's a 69 Camaro, I believe it is. That's a beautiful car. All right, with that, who gets to pick first this time, you or me?
I think it's me that's going to take this one.
All right, who do you pick?
Are we going hardtops and Valley Sportsmans, or is this
all
overall?
one race?
Overall, you're right. All right, so I'm going to have to go with the 99.
Oh, man, that was who I was thinking. All right, you're taking the 99 of Rusloff. I am going to take the boy. I'll go the 82, Rick Elliott. Green flag in the air.
Green flag in the air.
I really wanted to go with Slaney. That Elliott car is fast, too.
Slaney jumps out to the early point.
Here comes on the outside the 13 car, Matt Taylor down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Side by side still. The Hardtops. Valley Sportsman coming up off turn number 4. Lap number 1 in the books. Matt Taylor leads that lap. Here comes that 82 car of Rick Elliott.
Mike Slaney just sliding around there on the bottom side. As we see the 82 of Elliott moves into that second place position now.
Starting to see where he was saying he's got a reverse stagger on that car due to the rear end in it on the 4 car. Now you're seeing where it's costing him. But up front, we got a battle for the lead, and the 82 of Elliott gets into the lead going into turn number 3.
But he loops it around.
In front of the field, catches the back end of Matt Taylor. Slaney slides involved. Yellow flag is out. That all started when Rick Elliott spun on his own, came down into the 13 of Matt Taylor, and Slaney had nowhere to go. Those two cars stuck
13
together.
has a door wide open on the right side.
Got to get those two cars separated. Well, does the announcer jinx continue?
Does it continue? The 2020 jinx.
Matt Taylor has a passenger side door open. And sounds like he may have a broken rear end on that car. The rear end of that car, the left rear or right rear of that car, did get hit quite hard by the 82 as he came down the hill.
Yeah, it did.
Not what you want to see. Slaney, him and his son-in-law, Jake, and some others thrashed on that race car when these cars were added. Earlier this week, they were not ready. They had blown the rear end on that car last time out at the practice. Yeah, there seems to be a slight problem with that.
The car's not going straight.
Tim, I don't know if you got it looked into the 13 car. I don't know if you can see it from your camera angle, but I know from up here, something's not quite lined up properly in that 13 car. Red flag is out just because they can't get through over there as they're using the tow truck to lift the 4 car up off the 82 car. There we go. Got those two separated. Not sure exactly what kind of car it is. Almost looks like a mid-70s Mustang. Those ones that no one wants to talk about, 73, 74 time frame. I could be wrong. Slaney pulling into the infield. Looks like he's just going to cut it through the infield to fall to the back of the pack. That right rear on the 13 car just does not look right.
Yeah, he's going.
It looks turned out on the rear end. He should not have camber on that. Robson toe out on that. All right, all the cars rolling off. Our lineup now looks like this. Look at that. Ken Rusloff, winner of heat race number 2 on the point outside the front row. 121 of Gary Hill. I'm sorry, it's not Gary Hildbrand. It's Mike Friesen tonight.
As they're going to double them up. I believe it's 2 laps in, 13 laps to go now.
Light is out, going green flag racing next time by. Ken Rusloff on the point outside the front row, the 121 of Mike Friesen, row 2. The 01 of Jerry Cecil, who is outside, is the 27 car of Gary Hildebrand.
As they get set, green flag is out for Rusloff. It kind of looks like their team cars, 1 and 2, right?
13 car, I'm sorry, what was that? Up front. Ken Rusloff getting slideways up on turn number 4, wagging back and forth down on the point.
The 121 of Mike Friesen now in that second place position. But here comes Jerry Cecil in that third place position. As Rusloff kind of gets a little sideways and turns 4. As you can just hear the noise, it sounds like these cars have so much power. As now Cecil's looking in the inside of Friesen. He's trying to get that second place position. Across the line, it's still Friesen holding on to that second place position now.
A couple of Valley Sportsmen running for that second place car, but now out Jerry Cecil gets out in that second spot. Sets his sights on trying to catch down Ken Rusloff.
Ken Rusloff now.
Those Sportsman cars are kind of cool because they're so close to the edge, you can look right in the window and see what they're doing in there. Rusloff coming up on the slower car.
Jeff West, yeah. Who's going to win it, a Hardtop or is it going to be a Valley Sportsman? As we have 8 laps to decide.
Going down the back straightaway into turn number 3. That is the leader, but let's fall back for the battle for second, third place as they go into turn number 3, because here comes that 82 car, Rick Elliott.
Yeah,
he's up coming. To third. He's got his set sight on trying to catch up Jerry Cecil right now as they go down into turn number 1. He's got to work around the slower car on the 69. He looks to the high side of Jerry Cecil, up off turn number 2, down the back stretch into turn number 3. Jerry Cecil has second. Rick Elliott wants it. He looks underneath. Gets loose coming up off turn number 4. Not able to get it. That battle for second down into turn number 1. Side by side now coming up off turn number 2 as Ken Rusloff has got a full straightaway lead over the second place car of Jerry Cecil. Cecil staying in the line that he wants, and that's forcing Rick Elliott to choose a line that he's not wanting. He keeps trying high, he keeps trying low, and not able to get up beside him. But here he comes right now into turn number 1.
They're doing battle now. Down the back straight, still holding on to the point is Jerry Cecil. As Rick Elliott now is going to be our second place car. Yes, across the line.
Cecil battles back on the outside. That low line seems to be working right now for Rick Elliott. He picks up the second spot. 5 laps remain. 4 to go this time by.
Coming by across the line. It's going to be 4 laps for Rusloff. Oh, Elliott, he spins it out again. It's turn 4. Almost gets into the side of the 121 of Mike Friesen, and that's going to bring out a yellow.
And that he may be done. That is, I think that's going to be a second charged yellow. We'll wait and see what the race director says. 82 all by himself there in turn number 4. Loops it around. Rick Elliott out of Merced, California at number 82.
Nevertheless, Rutzoff's lead is erased now, as he's going to have the 01 of Jerry Cecil on his rear.
I think he had more issues if the Rick Elliott car had been there.
Yes.
Now he's going to fall to the back. 27, Rocket Man Ken Clifford out of Placerville. He's got to go to the back of the pack as well. Getting a lineup set, Kent Rusloff. Here's our leader in the 99 car. He won heat race number 2. Rick Elliott, who won heat race number 1, brought out the yellow flag after spinning by himself over there in turn number 4. Working on getting the 69 in front of the 27. '69, the '69 Camaro. At least that's what I'm going to call it. I think it's cool looking. Cars you may be seeing here on a some kind of basis next year. Sounds like the sportsmen are interested in coming and running here. See if they end up on the schedule. So keep it on our website, www.antiochspeedway.com, www.antiochspeedway.com. Green flag back in the air.
Green flag back in the air. And Jerry Cecil now wants to get racy with our leader as he looks to the outside.
I think Ken Rusloff in that 99 wants the high side.
Ken Rusloff is quick as he slides up the racetrack. 3 laps to go for these guys. Once again, the 82 of Rick Elliott. Tried to make a pass on the 13. Matt Taylor not getting it done. 2 laps to go for Rutzoff. As he's going to pull away from Jerry Cecil down the back straightaway. Here he's going to be seeing the white flag coming out of turn 4. Rutzoff, one more circuit around the racetrack, and he's going to be your winner. Here comes once again. Here comes Rick Elliott in that 3rd place position. He's not going to get it done. Rutzoff going to see the checker flag, and he's going to win the feature event with Jerry Cecil and Rick Elliott, your top 3. 4th is going to go to Matt Friesen, and it looks like 5th is going to go to the 13 of Matt Taylor.
Can we point him to the infield? Huh? Can we point him to the infield? They don't have the thing. Ken Rutzoff pulls to the victory lane. Unbuckling, getting the helmet off.
Ken Resloff, driver of the number 99. Getting the helmet off, getting ready to climb out for Victory Lane Ceremonies here at Antioch Speedway on this cool but beautiful night. And getting out on the right side. Sits in the center of this race car, straddling the transmission.
You're going to have to practice on this.
Ken climbing out. Thanks for tuning in to Antioch Speedway TV for another exciting, fun-filled evening of racing here at Antioch Speedway in Antioch, California. Up next, we got the Delta Dwarf Cars in their main event for the Dwarf Car Mania. And while we wait for, there we go. Ken Retzloff. Congratulations, taking home the win. You got it coming off turn number 4 when the two cars in front of you kind of had a little bit of a problem.
You know, I want to thank everybody that helped me get out here. Dave Mackey was a big help also, and Chad for letting us come out and run, and the guys from the Valley with the sportsman cars are really a bunch of nice guys. So it's been a good turnout for them, and I'm glad they came over to share us. Kind of a unique year for all of us out here in California racing, but we make the best of it.
Let everybody know, what kind of car do you have here? What kind of race car are you driving?
That's a 37 Ford sedan. Nick DiCarlo built the chassis for me. Jim Perry's helped me with the motor and the chassis as well, so it's kind of a work in progress, but we're getting there.
All right, so during the race, you go ahead and turn around so they can see on camera. During the race, during the restarts, once you got the lead, you pretty well had it handled, but you did have to fight off Jerry Cecil on those restarts.
Jerry's a good driver too, and like I said, we haven't got the car where we want it yet, but Doug Broderick's not here with his hired killer, Joel Hannigan, but we're looking forward to next year.
All right, Ken Resloff, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And with that, we got one race left. And so, Joe, let me ask you, or actually, let me tell you, it's my turn to pick first. And I'm going to go with the 11 car. And I'm drawing a blank on the name at the moment. But who's your pick?
Okay, it looks like you're picking the 11 of Darren Brown. So, or unless you're saying the 11 double D of Danny Wagner. But, I'm going to have to say, I'm going to have to go with back-to-back. I'm going to have to go with Ryan Winters in the 4N. The 4N of Ryan Winters.
Boy, you can't go wrong with that. That's a good pick, too.
So you're 11. You said 11 of Darren Brown?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a toss-up right there. Darren Brown, Ryan Winter,
Danny Wagner. Yeah, it's a lot of them.
It's going to be good. I'm just going based on how well he ran last night, and most likely would have won the main event had he not kind of cost himself with jumping the start too many times and not listening to the warning. So Scott Foster once again spins in turn number 4, trying to shake out that car. And then there was one. So you got Ryan Winter. He's starting on the pole out of Galt. I picked Darren Brown outside front row out of El Cajon. You know, you can't. Spanky, Scott Dahlgreen, Kevin Moralio. There's a lot of people that can win this race coming up. Thanks for tuning in to Antioch Speedway TV on AntiochSpeedway.tv for another exciting, fun-filled evening of racing as we get set for our last main event of the weekend. The Delta Dwarf Cars and the Dwarf Car Mania getting set to kick off their big show as Scott Foster finishes out his hot lap session in his number 22 IMCA Sport Modified. With that starting lineup, looks like this for the Delta Dwarf Cars. On the point, outside or inside the row number 1, it is the 4N of Ryan Winters out of Galt, California. 2 is outside, Darren Brown out of El Cajon, California, in the 11 car.
And in your second row in the 11 Double D, that is Captain Chaos. That is Danny Wagner out of Bay Point, California. And to his outside out of Fairfield, California. In the 12N, that is Mike Grennert.
Spanky in that 12N. Inside row 3, the 14DN of Tim Fitzpatrick out of Virginia City, Nevada. Scott Dahlgreen to his outside, the 21 Double D out of Balico, California.
And in your fourth row in the 18 Double D out of Occidental, California, that is Mark Hansen. And to his outside in the 40 car out of Pleasanton, California, that is Kevin Moralgo.
Kevin Moralio, the veteran champion, national champion. Inside row 5, the 2 Double D, David Michael Rosa out of Antioch and Brendan Wiley out of Santa Maria to his outside. That's the 92N.
And in the 6th row in the 00, that is Mike Casero out of Tracy, California. And to his outside is the 66B, that is Mike Biscardi out of San Jose, California.
In the 7th row, the 14E of Tommy Velasquez, a T3 out of Camarillo, California. To his outside, Nick Velasquez out of Camarillo in the 41E.
And in your 8th row, in the 63N out of Tracy, California, that is Buddy Oshaka. And to his outside is a 31N of Dylan Schrun out of Lincoln, California.
Row 9, the 64B of Eric Wessler out of Campbell, California, and the 812 of Chance Russell out of Antioch, California.
And in your 10th row, the number 68, that is Dynamite David Rosa out of Antioch, California. To his outside, out of Brentwood, California, in the number 43, that is Sean Catucci.
Sean the Kid Catucci. And then in our final starting spot, 21 cars starting. Travis Day out of Concord, California, in the 88 Double D in that 11th and final row. That's your starting lineup for tonight's main event. 30 laps is the main event distance for tonight's
$1,500 to win.
Dwarf Car Mania. $1,500 to win for these dwarf cars. These things are a lot of fun. A lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to race for sure. And as I say, they sound like a bunch of bumblebees when you get a whole group of them together, buzzing around, but they are fast.
Yeah.
Starting lineup, starting set is set. Yeah, is set. Let me try that again. Easy for me to say.
Starting lineup is set.
Lineup is set. Ryan Winters, Darren Brown on the front row. So you got me 1-0 right now for tonight. Ryan Winters, your pick for this race. Darren Brown, my pick. Again, we're going to work on something. We're going to come up with something for next year. We're going to get fans involved in this deal. We'll have a little fantasy action going on. 30 laps is the main event. Lights out. We're going green flag racing this next
Pace
time.
car pulls off the racetrack down the back straightaway. We get set. 30 lap action. Dwarf Car Mania set here at Antioch Speedway as they come around turns 3 through 4. Here we go. Green flag is out for Ryan Winters.
Down to turn number 1, Ryan Winters on the inside, but here comes that Darren Brown on the outside. He picks up the lead coming up on turn number 2. Down the backstretch into 3. Winters dives into turn number 3 down low. Spanky in that 3rd spot. Tim Fitzpatrick in the 4th spot. But at the line, lap number 1 leader is Darren Brown out of El Cajon, California.
Darren Brown, Ryan Winters, Spanky, and Captain Chaos running your top 4.
That 5th place is again Patrick.
Oh, we have somebody lose it. Oh, he gets hit.
Kevin Moralio hits him. 1 car into the wall. That is the 92 car. Gets in the wall of Brandon Wiley. The 60 yellow flag is out. The 68 of Dynamite Dave Rosa got into the wall up there. The 43 of Sean Catucci, the kid, Sean Catucci, up there sitting up against the fence at turn number 3. All that resulting from the 14 DN of Tim Fitzpatrick spinning in turn number 3. That first lap of 16.06 miles an hour, 84.060 miles an hour. 16.06 on the stopwatch. Kevin Moralio got into Fitzpatrick as he spun up there in turn number 3. Not sure if there's any damage on that car. He was able to keep going. The 14 car, I believe, is going to have to go to the back of the pack. 92 car got spun up there. 92N, Brandon Wiley. 2 car, David Michael Rosa left the racetrack. Tim Fitzpatrick's got to go to the rear. He was the cause of this yellow flag over that 14. He led the memorial lap there. David Michael Rosa is done. I just heard over the radio, the 2 double D.
Yeah, he did.
All right, so our leader, Darren Brown, out of El Cajon, California, in the 11 car, outside or on the point. Second place is Ryan Winter. Winner last night. Ryan Winter, winner last night. I think I said that right. In that 4N car, and he had mechanical issues earlier. He wasn't even sure he was going to make the main event. Did have to go through the B main to get there, and then took home the win. Spanky, Mike Gernert in that 3rd spot. Captain Chaos. Danny Wagner in the 4th spot. 5th is going to be the 18 double D. Mark Hansen filling in for Devin Kammerman. 6th is going to be Scott Dahlgreen. 7th, Kevin Moralio. 8th is the 14 of Tommy Velasquez. 9th, the 92N of Brandon Wiley. 10th, 66B of Mark Briscardi. The 64B outside of him of Eric Wessler. Buddy Olshaka and Nick Briscardi come next. Coming around to the green flag this time. 2 down, 28 to go. Green flag in the air.
Green flag in the air once again for Darren Brown. He jumps out to the early point. Ryan Winters getting challenged now for that 2nd place position by Mike Grenert. As Danny Wagner's now looking in the inside for 4th. He gets challenged by the 18 of Mark Hansen.
Meanwhile, up front, Darren Brown all by himself, about 5 car lengths out in front of Brian Winter. He comes up off turn number 4. The only way anybody passed him last night was when he got himself in trouble for jumping the start, and he got dropped, penalized 1 position. Other than that, no one could touch him all night long. Brian Winter's there in 2nd. Michael Grenert, Spanky in the 3rd spot.
Yeah,
Mark Hansen 4th, and Captain Chaos, Danny Wagner in the 5th spot.
As he's looking pretty speedy up front right now. It looks like he's trying to run away from the field. Check out as Grenert and Winters, they almost get next to each other. They do, they touch. Winter still holds on to that 2nd place position.
That 6th spot is Kevin Moralio. But meanwhile, the battle for 5th right now, you got Captain Chaos, Danny Wagner inside of Mark Hansen. Hansen pulls down the back straightaway into turn number 3 first, but here comes Wagner. Coming up off turn number 4. Hansen almost into the fence on turn number 4.
He's going to be challenged by the 40.
Kevin Moralio now inside of the 18 double team as he pulls out that high side, pays off for him.
Yes, as now we see the track starting to blow some dust up.
I think that guy's getting too close to the wall on the front straightaway, picking up that dust. Meanwhile, up front, a 3/4 of a straightaway. Out in front is Darren Brown.
Darren Brown running away.
Battle for 2nd once again as Spanky goes high, Ryan Winters goes low. The low side pays off for Winters that time. As Spanky still in the 3rd spot 4th. Here comes Danny Wagner. He's starting to catch up with Mike Renner in that battle for that position.
As Brown's coming up on David Rosa now, lap car. He's going to cruise by
Dave
him.
Rosa getting lapped down.
Yeah. Brown is now entered into a different zip code now.
Battle for second into turn number 3. Ryan Winter still running the low line as Spanky's still running the high line along with Captain Chaos Danny Wagner and Mark Hansen. Kevin Moralio. Then the Brandon Wiley car comes next. As we have Scott Dahlgreen, Nick Velasquez, Tommy Velasquez.
As we come now, once again, clicking off, I believe it is 11 laps in the books, 19 to go. As we see now as the cars start to kind of space out somewhat.
As our leader, Darren Brown, he is fast approaching. And we got a battle for second going into turn number 1. No, that was a slower car. Darren Brown, he's fast approaching a large group of slower traffic. That means
here
comes Winter's catching him.
Here comes Danny Wagner now. As he hits the lap car of David Rosa. David Rosa backs it into turn 4, and that's going to bring out a caution. And that once again, now that's going to be the 36, I believe.
31.
The 31 of Dylan Schrun went around also in turn 4, but that completely erases Darren Brown's lead that he had over second place. That's going to bunch them back up once again together. As David Rosa is not too happy with Danny Wagner as he gives him a little love tap on the bumper.
Dynamite Dave Rosa. Not happy. In my mind, it looked like Dave Rosa came down on him. I don't think that. I'm not going to put that one on Captain Chaos. Dave Rosa, a lapped car right now.
Yeah, you got to know when the leaders are trying to get around you.
So that yellow is going to be put on Dave Rosa. Dynamite Dave. That 68 car. Been running around here a long time. Lineup is set. Darren Brown on the point. That 11 car. Ryan Winter second. Spanky Mike Reynolds in the third spot. 4th, Captain Chaos Danny Wagner. 5th, Mark Hansen. 6th, Kevin Moralio. 7th is the 92 Brandon Wiley. 8th is Scott Dahlgreen. 9th is Nick Velasquez. 10th is Tommy Velasquez. 11th, Mark Briscardi. 12th is Buddy Olszewska. 13th is the Dylan Schroom car. 14th, Eric Wessler. 15th is the 812 Chance Russell. 16th, Travis Day. 17th, 14 TN of Tim Fitzpatrick. 18th is Mike Casaro. 19th, Sean the Kid Catucci. And in the 19th spot is Dynamite Dave Rosa. Lost 2 cars so far. One of them being the 2 car of David Michael Rosa.
$13 laps in the book, 17 to go. As we get set, Darren Brown rolls them around slow as they get on the loud pedal.
Notice he is not jumping to start tonight.
Yeah.
Spanky gets around Ryan Winters down the backstretch, but Winters down on that low side, battles back on the inside, slide job.
Slides all the way up across the racetrack.
Spanky crosses over, gets underneath Ryan Winters down into turn number 1. He does a slide job on Ryan Winters. Winters crosses back over. Nope, he doesn't get there. He's actually trying to get to the outside. Here comes Captain Chaos, but he slide jobs him into turn number 3. Back and forth, battle for second up off turn number 4.
As they're doing their thing, as Darren Brown continues to hold on to that lead, and he's going to try to check out once again from the field. Halfway in the books, 15 down, 15 in. Ryan Winters doesn't have the car so far, it seems like, to hunt down Darren Brown.
One car spins around at turn number 3. It looks like the 812 of Chance Russell sitting sideways up there. Hearing over the radio that the 31 may have been involved. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the 31N was the one that spun up there. Dylan Strum. So 14 laps remaining in this 30-lap main event. Now, one thing last night that you missed was Ryan Winters in the B main event and in the heat races could not turn that car in the center. It was in the center of the turn. He kept pushing up. He got it figured out for the main event, but he didn't get that opportunity tonight. Having transferred directly, he didn't get that heat race experience. So kind of curious if that car is not handling to his liking because he didn't get out on the racetrack earlier.
Yeah, that could be the issue. Like I said, with you always want to transfer, the night before or however, but sometimes it costs you because if your car's not up to par of how you want to do or what is expected of when the main event comes, then
you lose that advantage of track time.
Yeah, you lose that advantage of track time.
Lights out, coming around to the green flag. Darren Brown once again on the point, starting low. Ryan Winters on his rear bumper. Green flag in the air.
Green flag in the air once again.
Winters gets down low, side by side with Darren Brown, but that high side pays off for Brown. He comes up off turn number 2 with the lead.
Still not able to stick. He's going to try to throw it in one more time. This time he gets him.
Here comes Darren Brown back on the inside, side by side at the line. Brown with the lead. Here comes Mike Rennert underneath Brian Winter this time through turns 1 and 2. He has to fall back in line. Here comes Captain Chaos. He wants a piece of this action. Darren Brown's car doesn't look like it's handling as well as it was earlier in the race.
Maybe Ryan Winters was saving a little something for later on. He's got 12 laps to show what he's got. Is this time he loses ground to the 11 of Darren Brown.
Brown right up on the cushion through turns 3 and 4, up off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He's got about 4 car lengths over Ryan Winters. 11 laps remain in this 30-lap main event. Here comes Captain Chaos to the outside of Mike Rennert, picking up that 3rd spot from Spanky.
Captain Chaos is also up there on that cushion, trying to get a drive off of it. Now Darren Brown hooks it up in a cushion. He knows it's time to go. 10 laps left.
And yes, folks, when you're driving these race cars, you are looking at that scoreboard. You're looking at the lap counters. You're looking to see if you're up on the board, who's behind you. That does play into how you drive this race. And right now, Darren Brown checking out once again. He's got a good 10-car length lead over Ryan Winters. And here comes Captain Chaos, Danny Wagner, battle for second, heating up as Wagner coming up on the high side. Winters' car working well on that low side. Wagner working on the high side.
Yeah, it seems like he was good after that restart in the first 2 laps. Now it seems like Brown once again starting to check out, but here comes Captain Chaos now, as he's inching so closer and closer to Winters, as he was right there up against the wall in the fence.
He lost ground right there. Quick rundown for you. Darren Brown on the point. Ryan Winters second. Captain Chaos, Andy Wagner third. Mike Rennert fourth. Kevin Ralio fifth. Sixth is the 92 of Brandon Wiley. Seventh is going to be I believe that's the 18 double D. Yep, that is Mark Hansen. 8th is going to be Nick Velasquez. 9th is going to be Scott Dahlgreen. 10th, Tom Velasquez. 11th, Buddy Oshaka. 12th is Tim Fitzpatrick. 13th, Mike Pissarro. 14th is Sean the Kid Catucci. And 15th is the 64 car of Eric Wessler.
As we get that rundown, as 5 laps in the books, and it looks like I thought we had a yellow coming out, but it looks like we're going to have Darren Brown's coming up once again on lap traffic of David Rosa, as once again he's just checked out of this race. I think it's going to take kind of a miracle for these guys to catch up to him or get by him.
Darren Brown gets around Dave Rosa. He's got Ryan Winter in the second spot. Here comes Captain Chaos, Danny Wagner. He dives in the corner that time, gets to the outside of Ryan Winter. Ryan closes the door down the back straightaway. Here comes Mike Rennert. He's trying to get around Captain Chaos now. 2 to go.
2 to go in the books. Your leader has a few lap traffic cars coming in front of him. He's going to get the white flag one more time, one more circuit around for your leader, Darren Brown.
Last lap down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Darren Brown works the high side. Ryan Winters in the second spot. Brown is going to take home the win. Here comes Ryan Winter. He'll get second. Captain Chaos, Danny Wagner third. Fourth is Spanky. Fifth is going to be Kevin Moralio. Sixth, the 92 car, Brandon Wiley. But Darren Brown, our winner here in the Dwarf Car Mania. Head down for victory lane.
Heading down for victory lane. Darren Brown pulls in the 11 car. Climbing out, there he is, Darren Brown, winner of tonight's Dwarf Car Mania. Grab that microphone right there. Well, congratulations, Darren, great run.
Yeah, thank you. This place is it's super fun. It was definitely technical tonight. You know, it was hooked up in 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 was pretty slick all the way up to the top. So you really had to kind of run.
Come on out to the front of your car here, real quick. So you, the two ends, as is known for this racetrack, are different. So your car looked like it struggled a little bit more down there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4 was super slick. You kind of had to wait on it until it kind of hooked. You know, coming off real up high. So, but 1 and 2 was just kind of hammered down as fast as you can go.
Well, you didn't have quite the finish to last night the way you wanted it to, finishing second, but you won your heat races you were in. You got transferred directly into the A-main. Was it a little more difficult not getting a race in before tonight's main event for you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yesterday, I mean, that was kind of self-inflicted. I you know, for better or worse, the headphones weren't working for me, and so I'm sure I was getting yelled at out there for jumping the starts. But tonight, you know, a lot better. It was definitely hard to, you know, not have a heat race and just kind of do the hot laps, but I was able to get kind of 2 sessions and be able to kind of get the track a little bit down as our first time, so got to get as many laps as possible.
The only time I saw you get passed all weekend long was on one of the restarts tonight when, for a lap, you and Ryan kind of slide jobbed each other, but then after that you just checked out.
Yeah, you know, I knew it was coming, you know, because 3 and 4 was so slick. You had to go so high, and I saw him once before that, and he slid me, and I knew he wasn't going to, you know, I race with Ryan all the time. I know he's not going to take me out. It was good, and it was fun, and tried to cross him up there, and then kind of blocked that line the next lap, and then didn't see him after that, so it was good.
All right, Darren Brown, congratulations on winning tonight's Dwarf Car Mania.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
As he walks by, let me grab that from you. Ryan, come on out. You look a little tired.
Oh, yeah. I completely over-tightened the car. That was a handful. That's an understatement. Great job to Darren. He kicked all our butts again. I was hoping he was going to jump the start.
So how was it for you? You were battling back there. At one point, you did get around him for a lap, and you guys did each a slide jobbing at each other. But after that?
Yeah, I had nothing for him, but I got a good start. And then my car, I had to run in the slick. That was the only way I was going to really make the car work at all because it just wanted to tip over. So he bobbled in 3 and 4, and I just did a slider. I didn't think I was going to hold him off very long, but he was definitely the car to beat tonight, and I just gave him my best.
You definitely had a better car on the bottom than other people did. You were about the only one that was consistently down there.
Yeah, that was really the only place I could get my car to rotate and not want to bike up and flip over, so I just had to search for the the least amount of grip on a racetrack, which is not good for when you're trying to win a race.
All right, Ryan winner last night, second place tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we're going to move on over here. Captain Chaos, Danny, come on out. You had a spirited battle tonight, trying with Spanky here, a large part of it. You also had some fun with Ryan Winters, but just couldn't get up there and battle for the lead.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are fast, so every week in and week out, here we are.
You always have fun when you race these guys.
Yeah, it's always fun to race the best, and that's the only way to get faster. This is the best dwarf cars get right here.
So what'd you think of our two-day Dwarf Car Mania?
I think it went well. I wish we could have had a little more cars, but it went well. Track was beautiful both nights. The guys that are fast are always fast. Darren, he's in another world.
And being the kind of the quasi-leader of the Delta Dwarf Car Club, what's in store for you for next year? You got any plans yet?
Not yet. We really haven't started working on anything yet, but we're hoping to have a national here, and I know that. Other than that, I'm not really sure yet.
All right, you're not done for the year, though, I understand. I hear you're heading south here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we're headed to
you got Mojave, right?
Mojave, and then off to Vegas after that. So Mojave with the two-day show and the dwarf cars, and then I head off to Vegas with a modified.
All right, congratulations on a good run this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, where's Spanky at? Hey, Mike, come on over.
How you doing?
Another one. You had a good run tonight. Just couldn't get up there and battle for the win, but you were battling hard for second and third most of the night long.
Yeah, car was awesome. I had a lot more, just didn't take advantage of it when I should have. Just tried to respect the other guys, and we had a good clean battle.
Our winner, Darren Brown, was talking about the differences between turns 1 and 2, the south end of the racetrack and the north end over there in 3 and 4. How hard was it for you on both ends of the racetrack?
Oh, it was definitely night and day difference between the two ends, but that's what makes it fun about dirt track racing. You're going to get, 2 different tracks, and this track like this tonight, this is awesome. This makes for, an awesome race. I wish turn 1 and 2 was a little more slick, just so you couldn't just go through there and flat foot it, kind of takes the skill out of it. But yeah, it was a great track, absolutely great track.
All right, Michael Grunert, congratulations on your 4th place finish tonight.
Thank you.
And Kevin Moralio, come on over. A much better finish tonight than what you had last night. Your wheels are pointing the right direction this time on the ground.
Yeah, it was a good night. I won my heat, so I didn't have to do the B mains, and the track was great. It was sticky down here, a little dry down there, but you had a little patch on top to go on, and it was cool to see. We had the memorial for Todd Dameron. He was a big part of dwarf car racing. I actually have a hot rod chassis, and that's what he built. And yeah, I had a good weekend.
How much thrashing did you have to do on your car after flipping last night to get ready for today?
Just a lot of front end parts, and I had to jump up and down on my hood to straighten it out. Put my throttle bodies back on. It wasn't that much. If you look at the car, you can't even tell it was upside down. There's no dents in the hood. But yeah, I was just getting ready to put all new body parts, skin the whole car. So I'm glad I didn't do it before last night.
Well, you are the 2020 national champion, right, of the veteran division?
Of the vet class, yes.
So congratulations on that. You got some national event wins. You've had a very successful year this year. Congratulations.
The best year I've ever had.
All right, Kevin Moralio finishing 5th tonight in the Dwarf Car Mania. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And one more person, Chad Chadwick. If I can get his attention over here. Hey, Chad. He's walking the wrong way. Heading this way. Hopefully my microphone lasts. Chad Chadwick.
Hey, he's the champion.
Travis Day.
Come here, Bob.
First of all, I guess before I talk to Chad, I want to talk to our 2020 Delta Dwarf Car champion. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So coming into the year, it was kind of a weird way to start things off, the whole COVID thing, but you had a very successful year, and as you went on, that car got faster and faster, or maybe the driver got faster and faster.
Yeah, a little bit.
What was your key for doing that? Just more experience, or did you find stuff
Pretty
on
much
it?
seat time.
Seat time.
Race it as much as I can.
All right. Well, you had a good run tonight as well. Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah.
This whole
Track's
weekend?
great.
Who's
Thank you, Chad.
Who's your crew chief?
This guy.
This guy, yeah. Pretty soon he's going to want in that race car.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what's your plans for next year? You coming back in to defend your title?
Oh, yeah. I'll be here.
All right, Travis Day, driver of the 88 Delta Dwarf car. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we head on over. Where'd he go? All right, Chad, now it's your turn.
That flew out of the car.
Chad Chadwick, promoter here at Antioch Speedway. Another 2-day show done. That was a lot of fun. A lot of good racing this weekend.
There was a lot of good racing. I just wish we would have had a few more cars. I thought we would. I guess a lot of guys at the end of the season tear their cars apart, didn't want to come yet. So I don't know, maybe we can make it bigger and better next year, and maybe we'll get a lot more cars. We'll see.
As this track has continued to progress all season long, the track surface has become absolutely amazing each and every week.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of compliments on that now. It's smooth. They can race multiple grooves, 3 and even 4 wide. So yeah. Jason, Tom, and Donnie, they're the ones that put their heart and soul in it every week. 5 days a week here. So hats off to them.
All right, so next weekend we got the Halloween race, the IMCA Modified, Sport Modifieds, the Super Stocks, Tri-State Pro Stocks, and New England Sprints. Then we're going to take a couple weeks off, but next weekend, candy for the kids that are part of the team's racing.
The kids and grandkids, yeah, but it's got to be strictly the drivers' families. We're not going to open it up to the public.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't do that because of the COVID stuff, but that's going to be a lot of fun. And then this past week, you added a race on the 21st.
The 21st, we got wingless sprints, 360 sprints, and the micro 600s.
So that's going to be fun. And, of course, on the Turkey Day 2-day show on Friday night, we'll have the wing sprint, the wingless sprints, and the Jay's Mobile Welding Hobby Stocks. And then on Saturday night, we got the IMCA Modified, Sport Modifieds, Jay's Hobby Stocks, and we've added the 4-banger mini stock class.
Yes, we have. And if we get a good car count on them, we're gonna have a purse for them also.
So a lot of good racing left this year, although the year is quickly coming to an end. So now it's time to start looking at next year.
Exactly. We got some good plans and stuff. If we can get some people in the stands, we're gonna have a Mother's Day race and with minivans. I never did get to do that, but this year coming up, hopefully we can. We're going to have D-Derby at the fair. See if we can get the motorcycle back out here. There's a few things, maybe the monster trucks.
So a lot of activities getting ready to come up for next year. And, of course, in between the last race of this year and the first race of next year, there's a lot of work I'm sure you got planned, too.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot of plans. We're going to try and do a lot of painting this upcoming year. We have other stuff that other things around here that we got to spruce up a little bit.
All right, Chad Chadwick, promoter here at Antioch Speedway with your wife Tina. Congratulations on another successful weekend of racing.
Thank you.
And, Joe, I'll tell you what, a lot of fun, a lot of great racing with these dwarf cars here at Antioch Speedway.
Yeah, that was I've had a blast watching it. I knew for surely with the purse and the format that we were going to see some good racing. And, yeah, like I said, having fun and
So, final thoughts. I just want to say thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Antioch Speedway TV. Joe, I got one on you. You got one on me, so we tied tonight in the winner's pool.
Oh, yeah, we got to keep that going, Wiley. We know keeping count, and I know I got some wins over here still.
So, folks, don't forget to tune in next week. We got the IMCA Modifieds, IMCA Sport Modifieds. We got the Super Stocks, Tri-State Pro Stocks, and the wingless sprint cars. We'll be back with our pre-race shows around 3:30 to start off, and then for myself, and then Joe will kick in at from the Antioch Speedway TV picnic table over there with guests over at the picnic table. It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget this upcoming Wednesday. Keep an eye out. I normally release Wiley's Race Report on Wednesdays, but we have practice Wednesday night, so it may be pushed to Thursday. We'll find out, but that'll be coming up Wednesday or Thursday on Antioch Speedway Announcer YouTube, and then it'll roll over to the Antioch Speedway Announcer Facebook page, and also Antioch Speedway by Promotions Facebook and AntiochSpeedway.tv on Facebook. And Joe, I was waiting to talk to you about this or for you to announce it. You have a show getting ready to start with a couple friends.
Oh, yeah. I guess we could kind of talk about that. If you guys have a podcast coming up soon, try to put something out. I would say maybe mid to late November. It's called On the Hammer Podcast, alongside me, Brett Kern, and Ryan DeForest. And yeah, let's just be kind of BSing, just talking about some racing and possibly having some special guests also. So if you guys hit us up on Facebook, stay tuned, and stuff like that, and I can guarantee it's going to be good.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get a link up on Antioch Speedway Facebook pages and to get everybody over to that. You're going to have a lot of fun with that. Look forward to it. Can't wait. You and Brent and Ryan should be a good time. With that, folks, thanks for tuning in on this beautiful Saturday night of racing here at Antioch Speedway. Tim, thanks for the work behind the camera. Andrea, thanks for all the scoring. E, for the scoreboard. Rich, for up in the booth. All the officials we had out here, the track folks, the officials back in the thing, the DNF crew, thank you all very much. And thank you, fans, for tuning in to another exciting, fun-filled evening of racing here at Antioch Speedway. Until this week with Wiley's Race Report, I'm Wiley Wade. Good night, everybody.